Fellow Liberians, good afternoon. Good afternoon, good morning, good evening, wherever you may be coming in from. You're welcome, man. We're going to continue to talk Liberia. Aaron Herman of the Sickerville, New Jersey. Welcome to the show, my brother. Yes, sir. Kennedy? Hey, yes, sir. Couldn't talk to you today. I apologize. Kind of busy. Houston, Texas. Welcome, yes, sir. Alice Johnson is out of the island of Rhode Island. Welcome, Alice. How are you doing? Who we got here? Tajay Zuamiter is watching us from Lomé, Togo, way out there in Lomé, Togo. Rick Nixon, Mr. Nixon, watching from Royceville, Liberia. We're in Royceville. How you guys doing out there in Royceville? Brewerville, not too far from our home village. How are you doing? Up behind Rick's mission, way out there, not too far from Kemita and Kuka. Big shout out to you guys way out there in Royceville. You're welcome to the show. Victoria K. Brown. Madam Brown, welcome. Luis Yacia out of Pennsylvania. J. William Yanti. Brother Yanti, how are you doing out of Garnersville? Thank you for popping in here. Kalu Blama is here. Louis Rogers out of Pennsylvania as well. How are you doing, Dwana? My own brother, Dwana S. Dwana, my man. You owe me pound one. You and myself. I can't wait one day we meet up back home. And we get in draws. There was some good pound one from somewhere. You know, I talk about the interior pound one. And I think on Rafi Highway, wait a minute, and posted of water, the push you guys out. On real pound one that has that sparkling ball to it. You can feel the after effect, right? Millie, Wade, Brooks, welcome to the show. Divine Wing, Duncan, Mr. Duncan, how are you doing, man? William, Cordoba, welcome. Edmund Soiree is watching it's Worcester, Edwin, New Jersey. That's right, Edwin, New Jersey. William Cordova is out of Worcester, Massachusetts. My brother Samuel Sarabasa is also here. Mini Mami, where Omega Community Pinzo. Mami, you in my area, in the Omega area. How are you guys doing out in Omega Market area? Everybody, man. Cooper passed away, Mr. Passed away. How are you doing? Joseph S. Coon is out of Jacobtown in Painesville, Comfort, Bernal. Look, a lot of stuff happened in the country, but guess what? We will still talk about it because Liberia must matter, and Liberia mattering is not going to stop. I want to say you're welcome, you're welcome, you're welcome. Everywhere you may be, welcome to the show. Let's listen to the pepper burst a little bit before we start the show today. And that's the sound of home. That's the sound of Mama Liberia. Every time I hear the birds chirping, it gives me that nostalgic feeling of home. That's the sound of Liberia. It makes me feel so good. I love to listen to that sound. Hey, Wave 5 Francis, how are you doing, man? Thank you for joining us this afternoon. Lorena Goto, welcome. Clara Ricks, what's going on, Mama? Hawa Evelyn Golakai, the girl from Kema. Hugh, Wito G. Brian, Mr. Brian, how are you doing? Martha Doki, Rudy F. Falaco Jr., welcome to the show. It is Liberia. The sounds will always remain. We must protect the sanctity of this location. You know, today I'm watching, with all the noise in the country. I don't watch it once more.
Tablets and the rest were brought in for her, but we were told to wait, that if there is any need for any external emergency or medical care, that will be provided. So what we can confirm to you is the former vice president has been taken in. We see the police IG as well. He's here, and the rest. So we will keep bringing you live coverage of what is unfolding. So the former vice president has been taken in. The police chiefs and the rest are currently inside the hospital. That's where we are.
Thank you so much. Big shout out to Diamond for bringing up broadcast. It's Benu Johnson. Hey, we do appreciate you more than you ever know for always being here with us. Welcome to the show. Mariam Bima, welcome to the show. Aliyah Kamara Delaney. How are you doing, Aliyah? That's everything. KW Cole. Look, listen. If a person is sick, let's take them to hospital. I understand the stature of Marlon Taylor in our country, but the way we're making it thing big. And I want to say this too, though. I'm listening to Claudia Hasey's actually reactions on and threatening the state, threatening if anything happens, they're making all kind of vain threats in the country. These very people, when they are picked up, the next thing you know, they will say that wish on. You cannot threaten government. In Liberia jail, people die there all the time. God forbid something happens to Madam Taylor and she died in jail. The state has done nothing. We have to stop this nonsense in Liberia that if a person is charged with a crime and a person commits a crime, even if they are not convicted and they're being held in a cell, and God forbid that person passes away, that means that the president killed the president. That's not how the law works. Let me say that again. If you commit a crime and you're arrested for that crime, even before full conviction, the process, the judicial process is happening the way it's supposed to happen. And God forbid you die in the process, nobody kill you. You literally kill yourself. You put yourself in a position. Listen, you cannot put yourself in a precarious position, in a position that you don't like, and God forbid something happens to you in that position, then you blame somebody else. Nobody's to blame. President Baka is not the law of our republic. He is not to blame if God forbid something happens to her. Nobody want anything to happen to the former VP. But just because she cried blood or she said, "Oh my hair thing," that means a little man won. The hospital will be inside Sub Beach. They will bring the doctor. A little man won. No human being in the Republic of Liberia will be allowed to leave Sub Beach for medical treatment unless it has to be extreme circumstances. Because if you want to perform surgery, they will have hospital in that Sub Beach so you can perform the surgery in the Sub Beach. Or if in the hospital, they can put chin on your foot, they carry you to GFK, they tie the chin, they put lock on the chin on the hospital bed in GFK, they perform the surgery, they take and they carry you back to Sub Beach. But for most minor things, it should be done in the prison. That's how it's supposed to be. If anybody say, "Oh, the prison dirty, oh, the woman get asthma," then when they were in power, they're supposed to fix it. That is the whole point. You cannot put my little brother in jail inside beach for months. He stayed in a smelly, pee-pee same place. It was okay then. But so now what be against that? Oh yeah, no, Sabi smelly, Sabi not dead, Sabi not clean. Oh, that jail with no Sabi not clean. That people hear that ear, man. That boy hear that ear. That watchman are rushing to the hospital.
We don't know the vice president is leaving and helping them come over.
I'm gonna say this. I remember my little brother, His Highness, he called me. He said, "Obi, I in jail." I said, "Abi, why are you in jail?" Then my other little brother called me, "Oh, Obi, I in jail." So to what in Sub Beach. When you're approaching Sub Beach, they lot begin waiting for the police, so they carry into Sub Beach. I let him spend good 2 weeks there. Good 2 weeks. Then my other begin call. I don't know, they say he owes some people money, they carry into J2. This is not a place meant for a human being. This is not a place meant to put our children. This is not a place meant to put in a breeding person. This is a filthy place. This is a place that is, if to say we are back in medieval times, it's a dungeon. We are supposed to fix it. It should not be a problem because one big person go inside. The point that I'm trying to make is, if it is good for me, it must be good for you too. The reason why a civilized people cannot allow such places to exist in the society, because one day it could also be you that will be put in that place. Prison is not supposed to be dirty. It's supposed to be a clean environment because these very people can bring crow into the wider population. So to prevent crow and all kind of rash and all kind of itch and all kind of disease from leaving the prison and coming outside, it's because we're supposed to make sure it stays clean for the least amongst us. Now, when people in the education ask more that we care. They thought she was vice president, she fixed it. They put money in the budget when she was senator. They didn't put money in the budget to fix our prisons. No, they did not. I could go to jail tomorrow. I want the prisons to be fixed. I want brothers that are in dungeons. I told you guys one thing I love to do when I'm in Liberia. I will go to various jails around the country whenever I travel to a country, and I will just go to the jail and free a lot of people. Sometimes the people in jail for $10, $20, $30. When you get in near the jail hall, they pee sin. They'll say, oh, be better. And I'll just free a lot of people. I just do it around. Because it's not a place that human beings supposed to be. We got to modernize this society. And plenty of B people need to go to jail to see what the least amongst us have been going through. I'm not saying she should die in jail, but if she dies in jail, this is the system that they've built, and there is nothing wrong with you experiencing the system that you built. Look, I'm a firm believer in this, that if you're top-ranking official in our society, I mean this to my core, and you have children under the age of 18, and you decide to become big men in my country, you and your children will be living in Liberia. If I were president, that's what I would do. It would be a demand of mine. You and your children, if you're representative for Mowe District in Riverside County, you're not living in Montreal, or you want to lead a government job. You're not living in Montreal. You will come Tuesday and Thursday. We will face the road. You will come Tuesday and Thursday into Monrovia. You finish, you go back to Mowe. You cannot lead a people as a representative if you do not fully understand the plight of the people. You must experience the chaos in Mowe, Riverside County. You must smell the dust in Mowe, Riverside County. You must drink the same dirty water in Mowe, Riverside County. Your children must die from that same dirty water in Mowe, Riverside County. Guess what that does? It forces you to fix it. Every single time a government official takes the third lane in Liberia, he goes against traffic. The potential, the force to make him fix it is not there. Y'all know why since the war, we have not gotten the hydropower plant in the country? Because since 2003, when Ellen Johnson Sally came to power in 2006, since 2003, they've been sleeping on a current. We were funding the gasolines. We were giving them generators. They had no urge to fix it. But you tell me, if representatives, senators, and ministers, and the very government officials, if they were sleeping under the same dagna and mosquito, every time I went to Liberia, I will always buy 2 generators because I don't let that there. I get one running, but the other one, I was saying, my picking, you're not run no generator here for more than 5 hours. You're rotating generators. And to run the generator every day was $20. Every day. 2006, all the way, every time in Liberia, $20 per day. $10 gas, every day. And those people there, we getting gas slip. And they were taking some of the 1,500 or the 3,000 or the 5,000 or the representation of the 15,000. And they sell what burning their own gas, facing generator. I have my picking test. Big shout out to you out of Omega community. My picking test by your own speed that I told you say anybody generator you facing when I call you can, I will deal with you. That was my picking. Because I needed a generator mechanic. But we don't know the reason why the society has not gotten a 500 megawatt dam. Ellen Johnson Sirleaf had a great opportunity to make sure we get a 500 megawatt dam, but maybe a 1,000 megawatt dam. $1 billion could have built 1,000 megawatts. Then now I understand she did have a lot of competing issues across the country. I understand that. But early then was still being done. You see the people were in Riyadh, where when President President was living in that era, the people were when President Boubacar was there, they were living in that era. Those people have really enjoyed Liberia since 2006. Those people not staying down there before. Because the people is the most fortunate street in the Republic of Liberia, that particular street. Those people then when you tell them about current being in Liberia, they don't even understand it. Because every day they get current. Even when we did not have current, they always have current. So Jewel Howard Taylor, I want her to be well. But personally for me, she should be treated in the same area that our people are being treated. You're welcome to the show. I'm going to continue to welcome you guys. Thank you for popping in here. I see Mokoi Pa Colette. Mr. Colette, welcome to the Pearl Brooks Freeman. Man, Freeman, how are you doing? Dolo Dolo, what's popping with you, my brother? Siata Tengwe, my own Jew out of Peter. Siata, how's the family? How's my brother? How's everybody out there, man? Emmanuel, boy, how are you doing? Edith Wallace. Madam Wallace, how are you doing? Henrietta, Conan Morgan, Madam Morgan, welcome all across Liberia, man. We cannot continue to believe a lifestyle is good for the least amongst us, and we believe that same lifestyle not good for the big people in the country. Don't get me wrong. If you raise yourself through the private sector and you are able to live a lavish lifestyle, I don't believe you and I should share the same lifestyle if I believe you, because you are funding this out of your own purse. But if that we the one paying for it, the same thing I get and when you won't get. If you don't let South Beach make it better, this is my whole point. You're welcome.
God, y'all go sit down. Y'all think a small cherry government, yeah? Y'all think a small cherry government will run here? You think that having we say we not even know agriculture good? Like you think a government, yeah? You think that Mama see government, yeah? You think that Carrasco government, yeah? You think that Finabono government, yeah? You think that small cherry government run here? You think that government when the president go on international or I got that forums, when you finish speaking, say, hey, I speak good in here, hey, I speak good in here. You think that job, yeah, hey, I speak good in here. The government, that's real men running this government, yeah. We want to take our country, get our country to babies. Now that small cherry government run here. Okay? Just start wasting your time. 2029, no election for you. CDC, Georgia, go sit down and just go watch your sons where they play. That your failure looking at one vote for somewhere. You can't, you waste them a vote. You waste them a vote. You draw, we are thinking you were the best president. You lied to us. You think that small cherry government run here? Look at Labrador developing now. When we talk about rescue, like rescue here now. When we say rescue mission, so we hear about rescue, like rescue mission here now. This country, Liberia is gaining international recognition every day. Do you think that small cherry government run here? Do you think that Lagos government run here? You think that
And they won't be passing around making threats. Those people that are making threats, I personally believe it's against the laws of our society. They need to stop. You know, once men of Buffer Chima and you're passing around speaking all kind of false English, you are calling yourself Dr. Buffer Chima. Buffer Chima went to a community college. He ran to Liberia, changed his name to Buffer Chimber, challenged Daniel, all of them running to the cohort. You're running to the police station. All I can see. They got so many videos. You're listening to him speaking. So I'm beating the one nobody understands. Listen to him. I'm not saying they can do it like that.
It's a situation that we do not want to exfoliate. We don't want to make it to look worthless or with our attention.
And y'all know Bo in the thread. Y'all please help me. A sloppy gate. Let me know what I want. You speaking to your people, you get speech straight. When you're not in government, you're gonna load. Yeah, that's something happening with you. You're dance small, man. People are begging you. Yeah, the Julian dance for us.
The Billy Roll. Wakada number one. Busara Ray. Wakada number one. Say drinking water. Wakada number one. Healthcare. Wakada number one.
Me back, see that the people say the day they win, they will give me 25 latches. So I won't make my BT juicy. So I'm leaving nothing there. It is Pwaka today, Pwaka tomorrow. Because the problem here, this country got to go in from whole day a sloppy gate. I hope they somebody snuff you over there with Snuffy Gate talking all kind of yama English. Look, I'm gonna say big shout out to my brother. Before I even go there, let the other person talk to us more.
Only this morning, time for her to leave the country, and then they're going after her. Bro, this is wrong, and we expect nothing from them because, of course, they are not going to do anything.
So this is a security issue.
She's innocent. She's innocent. The mother is innocent.
This is security issue. You expect that?
What about security? Security who passed around BDP.
You look at it, why you do that? Why you think all that door for? All of them passing around, they tell plenty, all them threatening the country. I listen to Gray, I listen to Twe, they're all threatening the country. I'm not going to play that nonsense that they're saying. Nothing, like they're saying, like, bro, what's the word? I think it's deter, right? Nothing will deter this administration from doing the proper thing to make sure we achieve the kind of modernity we are talking about. But listen, at the end of the day, the country going in from. My brother, come on you, Kessley, holla at your boy for a second.
For too long, the innocent have cried, while wickedness was covered by pride. Some thought their power would never end. Some betrayed the people they should defend. But God sees what the human eye can't see. Every hidden act, every secret deed. No money can purchase his judgment away. When the truth rises in the light of day. Liberia, don't lose your faith. God has not forgotten this place. Struggle through every pain. He can make this nation rise again. God is cleaning Liberia, cleaning our nation from the inside out. Every evil hidden in darkness, one by one, the truth will come out. God is cleaning Liberia. Let justice flow.
Yes, indeed, God is cleaning Liberia. We want Liberia to be scrubbed, put in bleach water, and purify once again. Jesus Christ himself must come back to this country. God is cleaning Liberia. And those of you who are in opposition to this very cleaning of our beloved Liberia, we say, woe unto you. Woe unto you. May you be cursed. May your children be cursed. You made my beating juicy because at the end of the day, God will clean this country and we will get a Liberia unlike none ever before imagined. This country must develop again. Manager Howard Taylor, we wish you well. Recover so you can go by the South Beach. Like I say, you can fin 13 times. Every time you're making beat more. Listen to all.
When they said that we were doing jobs and bringing jobs in the country after our push, they said, oh, President, we are bringing push. There was a conversation that went across the whole country. What were those major things that were done in the we are Taylor-led government? What has been done now? We are year number 3. And we're still hearing only dedicating old projects that are already done that we might not have had the time to dedicate it. But said, let's go and run our campaign on when we dedicated projects. I think it was a wrong strategy. We should have gone and dedicated those projects so everybody will see. But everybody knows, like you said, do your fact.
Look, I want to ask Liberian people, was there any project in the Republic of Liberia? You think Joey, I was putting a picture on Chimon Boke. So we are putting a picture on coronavirus bucket. So we are putting a picture on Lepo. Does anybody in Liberia believe that former president that he had any project in Liberia to delegate? She said when we were bringing Kush in the country, our Kujo. But you're exposing yourself. And this is what you were doing to the country, completely destroying the country. And you want nobody to say anything in the country, but you lie. You will pay for this. This country will forge your hair. You're welcome to the show. I'm going to continue to welcome all you guys, man. Yasa Tukba, Bue, Madam Bue, Zebedi, Dolo, brother Dolo, how are you doing? Welcome to the show. Helen Flomo, thanks for popping in here. Sanke Luagon, welcome to the show. Audrey Tyre, John Okabir, welcome to the show. JJ, Oscar Dickinson, Mr. Dickinson, how are you doing? Thank you for popping in here. And everybody, man, to the radio stations, you're welcome to the show.
Latest fleet for Liberia National Police to ensure your maximum protection and safety. So let's say thanks to our police chief there in Liberia, Gregory Coleman, for making all of this happen, and for the people of Minnesota for putting all of these things together to ensure that Liberians are safe and well protected. Thank you.
Okay. Now they call him, what is it, girl? Cool, man. You know, my brother Martin Cully needs to relax. And Martin, I'm going to say to you, brother, if you made a mistake, you come back out and say it. This is from Minnesota. The police department, in collaboration with the Liberian National Police, they help the Liberian National Police get some of those vehicles. Now, I am not defending Gregory Coleman. I don't defend anybody in Liberia, not even the president, the current president, President Jose Yimaboka. I don't defend anybody because I don't know what anybody is doing. But what I do know is I just want my country to develop. And anybody who's doing right by my country, and I see your deeds, I support the good deeds you do for Liberia. Your own personal life, I don't care about it. But when somebody lies on an individual, I want you to go back, take a look at the lies, and say, "Oh, I think I made a mistake on this one." And then you come back, you rectify that mistake that you've made. So those are the vehicles. Some of the vehicles that you were talking about, that you said Honorable Coleman used drug money to purchase vehicle for the police. So I don't know what kind of man he would be. He would get drug money, your personal money, then go buy vehicle for police station. He must be the most, I don't know what kind of man he is. But again, I hope Mr. Cully sees that video. It's all over social media. He himself can go take a look at it. You're welcome to the show from across the country. And listen to my sister Small Vote, who started the show for about 2 minutes.
Liberian people, you think we stupid? You think we stupid? You're trying to distract us, calling Gregory Coleman name. We don't care. Gregory Coleman will dig you up. You don't want the truth to prevail. You're trying to tell, Gregory Coleman part of the drugs. We don't care, but Gregory Coleman will bring you up. He will bring you up. What's wrong with you? You think that you're way back, politics, stupid things. You think Liberian people will tell you we're not stupid. Gregory Coleman continue digging it up. Don't leave them, my brother. You think we stupid yet? You think when you're bringing Gregory Coleman will cease the investigation? That's what you want to do. Bring in a niece of brother Braga and say, okay, we're ceasing all the investigation.
Nothing stops the investigation. One of the things that people don't understand about this investigation is being conducted as an institution, not by an individual. There are a bunch of agencies collaborating. So, God forbid, even 3 people die for any investigation. The investigation will go on. Nothing stops the investigation. If they were determined tomorrow that Colonel Coleman is implicated in anything related to the drug issue across Liberia and it's verifiable and he's removed, the investigation will go on. All the noise they're causing, you look over there. Everybody, and especially everybody who's threatening the state. There are a few videos I cannot play here because I don't want to give those people any credibility of any kind. There was a young man, I forgot his name. He's telling people, just point out UP supporters across the country and leave the rest to us. That is a threat that must be taken seriously. I believe it's a crime to begin with. He should be arrested, take him to the magisterial court, and hopefully he tried because what he has done, it is a crime. You cannot threaten people in that fashion. Liberian people have suffered too long, and we must go ahead. And I'm going to say this to the likes of Akaris Gray and the Samuel Toys talking about fire for fire. And even Kev Hassan talking about anything happened to Jewel Howard Taylor, this with them, and my brother. There are a few posts on social media, you guys seen it. This whole country will burn, there will be chocolate. Let me tell you something. Liberia is no longer going back to the days of chaos. This country moves ahead. You don't like it, don't commit a crime in my Liberia. This country has to move ahead. If you sit there and say, because there is structure in the country, I can no longer exploit the people of Bomi County because we have law and order, then so be it. Eventually, nobody will go and be trucked out of the capital city and go into a district to go vote for $10 or $20. That will come to a halt. Gradually, this will happen. Hey, Valerie, Kenny, it's been a while, man. You'll see my face soon. Don't worry, Jenna, you're going to see my face. And we will continue to tell them this. This country is not going behind. Look, every time, I want you to look to history. I love global history. And one of my specialty, I love military history. So I realize almost every battle ever fought in history, I try to acquaint myself with it. Every society. So my focus is like society change and the way history is formed. Whenever a country is making the transition from militarism or from total chaos or from abject poverty, there is a transition period where there is a lot of noise because the very few people that benefit from the chaos in our society, they want the system to remain as is. So when the system starts strengthening, it happened in Singapore, it happened here in America, it happened in South Korea, it happened in France, it happened in Britain. You look to any history across the globe, it happened. So that transitioning period where the country is making the leap from total chaos, where the rule of law does not work, where big menism thrive, where kleptocracy becomes the order of the day in our society. When a structure is being installed, this is what happened. The very people that control the chaotic system, they believe they can no longer control people with $10 and $5. They're not going to get ill-gotten loot so easily. They're the one that make the loudest noise. And here's the most sad part in the whole thing. They will take the vulnerable people amongst us. Like you saw the so-called reactions today in the streets, they were marching, right? They would take men and women that are mostly unemployed. They would take them and bring them in the streets and listen, you protect us, you protect us. Like slaves here, slave masters here in America did it to the slaves. They did it to poor whites here in America. The same thing is happening globally. Since it's not strange, only people who have not read history don't understand how this works. So this transition you see happening, the Senator will give small money to small people. You're going in the street, you're cost north, because they thrive in the chaos that was Liberia. And President Bwaka said, I don't care how much you kick, how much you scream, what you do, we are going to fix this country because the president has made a solemn promise to the Liberian people. This is what he said. I promise to fix this country, and I will. And our papi was looking at him, yeah, how he did that. I mean, there's no our papi not going to change. He means it. Again, we know Malak Juha was taken to the hospital today. Whatever that we wish her well. But when we are finished now, she stabilizes. You'll take her back to South Beach. Then the PP sing go in her nose, goo, are baking you. I want to say a big shout out to Honorable Gafwan and his team. He said, this is what Honorable Gafwan said today. He said, when we cross the billions, we must commit to no turning back. Yes, Liberia must commit to no turning back. And he also did say this. We must remain in the billions because the expectations of our people remain in the billion. Liberia must make that leap from chaos to stability. I want to recognize the radio stations across the country. Class A FM out of Kakata, Margibi County. Radio Margibi. Thank you so much for joining the conversation. Voice of Lofa. We say big shout out to you guys in Lofa County. Peace FM out of Habel. Radio Kwatike out of Bangabong County. Ablije Radio. We're in Grand Bassa County. Thank you for relaying. Premier FM out of Banga. Radio Gompa in Ganta City. Nima County. Radio Yalimba out of Secretary Nima County. Top FM out of Zwedru. Grangita County, Radio Sano in Greenville. Welcome to the show. Peace FM. Smile FM out of Zwedru as well. Radio Butor, the ever-present Radio Butor. Thank you for popping in here with us. Trust FM out of Bomi County, Punch FM in Mosuralo, Bourgeois Radio, and big shout out to DC 101 as well. Across our country, man, you're welcome to the show. Yeah, let's talk Liberia, y'all.
Class Reloaded, the #1 online show that brings the truth. Showcasing J&B and JKK progress all across the country.
The Class Reloaded, we are online every day. Showcasing progress the Liberian way.
Well,
JMB and JKK, they're making the way. The Class Reloaded, we're shining today.
From Monrovia City to the other counties, development talk shake the country. We talk the truth, we don't lie. The rescue mission making people smile. Roads getting better, schools better, electricity stable, no more hoping. We see the change, we see the light. Unity party doing things right. Who thought talk the facts?
The Class Reloaded.
Who bring the vibe?
The Class Reloaded.
Support development.
The Class Reloaded.
Who better arise again?
Oh yes we can.
Who talk the facts?
The Class Reloaded.
Who bring the vibe?
The Class Reloaded.
Support development.
The Class Reloaded.
Better arise again.
Oh yes we can. The Class Reloaded. We are online every day.
Every day.
Hey. Showcasing progress, the Liberian way.
Well, JMB and JKK, they're making the way. The Class Reloaded, we shining today.
Hey.
Hey,
Hey.
hey, hey. Turn up the sound, let the people dance. Liberia progress, we get the chance. No fake news, we bring the proof. The Class Reloaded always in the booth. From social media to the street corner, everybody talking about the new order. Respect to the hosts, they keeping it real. Liberia future, that's the deal. The Class Reloaded,
Truth, truth.
Liberia rising.
Progress.
JMB and JKK,
Develop, develop.
the rescue mission, we move soon.
The Class Reloaded.
True, true,
Liberia rising.
progress.
JMB and JKK.
Develop, develop, the rescue mission, we move soon.
You're welcome, you're welcome. And Valerie, you have my black face here. You not see my face. And by the way, I saw you on an ATV somewhere way out there on some beach. You were enjoying yourself. Thank you so much for popping in here. I'm about to bring the guys on board, but I just want to say this very quickly, guys. It is okay to be in opposition, to critique what the government is doing. What is not okay in our society is to threaten an entire society because you disagree with an approach being administered by the government. Let me talk this again. The government will not just arrest anybody in the country for no reason whatsoever. Whoever the government arrests, the government has given reason as to why they've arrested that person. So, and I'm making this directly to the likes of Gray, to the likes of Avin, we said, to these Weashins who believe in Samuel Twe. They have to understand they cannot threaten the Republic of Liberia because you're trying to make a point. This is illegal on our laws. One of the things you guys continue to do in Liberia, you believe you can just talk loosely and say, oh, fire for fire. We will burn this thing down. If this happen, what are you going to do? Most of the time, we just be more, we put ourselves in serious problem. When they call you now, you say that wish hunt. And you guys know me. For me, I want to hunt witches in Liberia. If you're a witch, you're eating our baby there, you should be hunted down. We should not frown upon hunting witches in Liberia. If you're a witch and you're tearing down my country, I want you to be hunted down and put in jail permanently. Some of the things we do in Liberia, people believe you can just come in the public lair, come in the public space and just say anything you call it freedom of speech. That's not how freedom of speech works. The Supreme Court of the Republic of Liberia has ruled on this very issue. If your freedom of speech, it is intended in whatever freedom of speech you make in the society, and that freedom of speech causes chaos, okay, or causes chaos in our society, that is not freedom of speech. That is an opposition to the very preservation of our republic. And should be held responsible for it. So when you go out there, you say, oh, when they won't happen, do you know how many people die in jail every day in Liberia? You know how many people die in jail every day in Liberia? They're not putting the money, not caring for no more. They're not putting in people too, and they die in jail. Nobody asking for anybody to die in jail. But God forbid something happen. Let me tell you something. If you're overweight, and I'm not trying to body shame the former VP, but if you fat, you know, say it. Anything can happen to you anytime. You're not supposed to be fat. We're not designed to be fat people. So when you're under a lot of pressure, it is normal for your blood pressure to go up. Yes, it needs to be stabilized. That doesn't mean anybody's directly responsible for that. It is your personal responsibility to make sure you take care of your health. But you lie and say that you get super fat and big, and when the pressure come on you, of course your blood pressure is going to go up. Nobody's killing anybody. And then somebody just called me and said there are 2 shows running, one on YouTube, one on... There's a lag. It seems there's a lag there. Hopefully that comes back into play. I'm trying to take a look at it, but both shows that I'm looking at right now, I'm not seeing the lag. Maybe you guys are seeing the lag. When the guys come on, I will go try to take a look at my phone. You got to understand that. So if you take me right now, I got blood pressure too myself. You tell me right now, you put me on a severe pressure, my blood pressure is going to rise. So this is normal. So nobody's killing anybody. Everything that's been done has been done in the open. And you don't get the right now to threaten the Liberian people. 6 million people, you believe you can threaten them because you say you want to make a political point. This is not how political points work in our society. We need to stop this nonsense. This democracy is going to grow. For me personally, the more you cry, that the more we're supposed to squeeze. There is a reason why here in America, in fact, when they put you in a room, I've never been in one of those rooms, but I've seen enough movies. When they put you in a room and they're trying to get information from you, especially if the agents or the investigators believe that you have something that you're trying to hide from them, the more they squeeze, the more you cry, that the more they can squeeze. In fact, sometimes they will interrogate you here for 48 hours. They will not let you sleep. They will be on your case, until you say, you know what, I give up. Let me tell you the truth. This is the whole point of an investigation. So when somebody crying or they're doing this, even in the military for interrogation, the more you cry, the more we will squeeze. And the reason why we are squeezing, because we have to have control. We're not going to relinquish control to you. So if Liberia is going to develop, people must have a healthy fear of the law. Let me talk again. No society. Thank you, Carolyn. She's a professional. I'm not a medical person, but she said it right. And that's it. Stress related BP, and it's normal. And people, if you see, so now you're doing in Liberia, somebody can help you walking. It's happened in Buchanan one time when I was a boy. At that time, we didn't understand what it was. They were on the song, how that they don't want when you fall down, they weigh water, the woman die. They said, I wish. And guess what? When that thing happened, at that time, we don't know. It still happens in Liberia. Nothing happened to the woman where you're passing. Nothing happened to the man where you're passing. The man fall down. Yes, when your blood pressure go way up, if you're not checking your blood pressure and you go way up over certain limit, the body cannot take it. What the body does is it shuts down. And sometimes the part of that shutting down can stop your heart rate. And then, our people say, you where? Fatima, welcome to the show. And that doesn't mean somebody kill you. Nobody kills anybody. It's just in the nature of things, you know. Fatima, welcome to the show. How you doing,
Yeah.
Mama?
Oh, I'm good. I'm good. Oh, to our students, yo, hello. How you doing? Yo, sorry, I haven't been seeing me. Dwaru been sending me, and not only that, I'm finally about to finish with the reaffirmation of cities, where we're about to do validation. But unfortunately, I gotta make a quick trip out of country, and then when I come back, then we'll finish the whole. We're doing the validation for the reaffirmation of the city, then we'll send it to the House and the Senate for them to do the approval. So that's why the whole work we've been doing for the last 6 months is finally being completed, and that's what's happening. But there are a lot of things that have been happening in the country too. This evening, I was able, hi Tracy, I was able to go to the police station. I wanted to go see the police, the police people. Then when I went there, the nurses were in and out, up and down, in and out. And then finally, when I got home, I was on my way home. I just saw the cars I was on my way, traffic. The cars were speeding because, our overpass, bridge or overhead bridge is being built. So we got a little bit of traffic. So when I was coming, and I just wanted to say happy birthday to my mama, Daphne Willis. Today is her birthday. She turned 71. And I just went to her house. She had all her people there. They were having food and stuff. And so I say happy birthday, mama. But a lot of things are happening.
Yeah, no progress is being made. And Fatima, like I was saying before you came on, Cole was here. When some Cole comes back, I'll bring her. It's the issue in Liberia. People believe they can threaten the country. And thank you so much, Benu. They bring in draw. I watch you dying for no draw. And those are what taking the brown tap also. If you get high blood pressure, and then you add the brown tap all the thing where you're part not finish, your one won't finish it. When you
so can I just say hi to some of my people? May I be?
Say hi. Go ahead.
Yeah, Makoya Davis, Gina, my own cousin, Abraham T. Thomas, Hawa Evelyn Golakai, my sister-in-law Kalu Vela, Philip AGJJ the third, Sam K. Dewia, Thomas and Samana, my girl Tracy Wright, my mama Kalu Blama, Alice Johnson, 1646, Renee Sano, J. Oscar Dickinson. Fatima Oscar, I can never throw you away, my boo boo. Victoria K. Falconia. Oh, Seattle. I want nurse here. Tell the people, my Seattle, about the blood pressure. So let me tell you, because I went to nursing school, let me tell you, what is the blood pressure? The force of the blood against the arterial wall. That was the definition back in the days. I don't know. See, I thought, am I right? That's the force of the blood, and stress too sometimes can exacerbate it and all of that. So yeah. And then at Clarence Benson, 91, 94, Dan Claire, Deborah Gibson, Kwame Akafor, Dolo, my boy, Grace Falconia, Dwana, they men are the best shipper in the country. That man, anything you got here in America, you wanted to be back, yes, please contact Dwana. Dwana is the guy. He does everything. But Dwalu, thank you. Hawa, ma waipo musukoe. Yes. Our country is. Let me tell you something. You see, when we're growing up, our people used to say some parables, but we used to take it and say, "Hey, they can talk too much." They used to say, "Down trap, you setting it enough for rat alone." The time with the trap or us, we're talking about the job business, we start catching our own people. Everybody will laugh. Yeah, they started naming people, lying on people, talking. But when it switched the gear, now it went to the play. The whole thing started from. And now they're talking, with them, only 5 people came outside today were Karas, Moses Gray, and et al. Only 5. And when police came outside, four of them were journalists, so that only one were left there. So my boy, thank you. You're welcome to the class.
Fatima, when you put me, you are zero.
Oh no, one boy Rose told me, I said, you wrote something a statement on a post. I made a post. I said, this government is not playing about this drug business. And if anyone is caught, I say you should pray that you're not part of it. Let's just pray. One of them say, Fatima, you can't even fit his stone name. Fatima, you can't even you unfit to even clean his shoes. I say I agree. I'm unfit to do all of that. But let's pray that he's not part of it, because Joseph Baka said he will follow them to wherever it leads. Joseph Baka said he's not playing with the lives of the Liberian children. He is not. Last week we just listened to something, and he did something. They had an education, the school initiative. I know, Cole. I mean, let me tell you what Dr. Jaso Jala and the Ministry of Gender and the Ministry of Health did last week. Last week, Friday, we had this big symposium at the mansion. It was the back to my classroom thing, where the initiative is to take 250,000 students from selling during the day back into the classroom. And what they did was they started piloting it in Grand Bassa. I say you should have seen the testimonials and some things that gender in collaboration, because gender education, because they have the county education officers, the county health officers, and the gender people. Gender, education, health, and EPA are fully decentralized all across the country. So yeah, my people, our country is moving. I mean, that education team, the president have the one child, one chair initiative. He also have back to my classroom where they're taking the children. Now that tuition is going to be free from zero grades to 6th grade. If your child does not go to school, you will go to jail. Ambrose, I got to stop on one. See Esquire, I got to talk. Ambrose, hello.
Thank you so much, Fatima. Thank you, and we appreciate that. Look, guys, Cole, welcome to the show. And Cole, I know you gotta do your intro, but you want to one sir. Why is South Beach good for Fofana, but not good for Gono? Other ones are digging you.
So I'm just gonna speak. People are not gonna like what I'm gonna say. They're not gonna like it, but I'm gonna say it anyway, because I am not a chorus singer. I'm not even a singer at all, even though I play one on Facebook. I'm not a singer. The truth is, no U.S. president or vice president has been drawn. They've committed many crimes. And the reason they haven't gone to prison and been publicly treated this way is because normally they will approach them and show them what you got. You serve in the military. They will say, this is what we got on you. This is what we got on you. Not because that person is worth their weight in doo-doo. That's not a reason. It's because of the office the person holds them. That they will tell them to say, hey, we noticed that you did these things, Mr. Former President or Mr. whatever, whoever it is. A lot of times in America, it is some type of embezzlement or they're involved in insider trading scams, stuff like that. They commit crimes. They're human beings. They do. But what usually ends up happening is they will turn state witness quick to save their behinds. Quick. And they will say, yes, I confess I did this. I'm guilty. I did all of these things, but I beg you, don't put me in jail. I will help the country get to where it needs to get to. Whatever punishment they receive in the back door, I don't know. But what they always do is they are super snitches, super duper snitches. When they get caught, everybody falls. So when you see all the helter-skelter emergency meeting, whoa. I ain't get no inside information or I going off for a while to read, and stuff like that from America. I told my Liberia situation. I just talking generally. I ain't get no inside information. I'm working with
Full disclaimer.
And now Martin Colley to be lying and saying I know things I don't know. I'm speaking strictly from things that I have read and what their typical operating procedure is. I'm not saying that works in Liberia or it will ever work in Liberia. I want to make that clear before I continue. Ambrose, that good English? Okay. Ambrose clap. All right. That disclaimer is necessary because sometimes they see me on the platform and they tell I'm not a government person. I'm not in government. So I'm talking free talk just like the rest of y'all. All right. So that's typically what they do. And then those powerful people are the greatest assets to the state investigation because now that their hands are dirty and everybody know they compromise, they turn into super snitches. For my Liberian people who don't know what a snitch is, that a person that can run their mouth and sing like one caged bird to avoid getting in trouble.
Senior Chejepole.
More than Chejepole. More than that. Because the Chejepole can talk things they don't know. They want to know the thing they're talking. And when that person is caught, everything crumbles. Because when the big tree in the forest falls, all the small trees, the vines, everything will fall. The bushes, even a little mushroom that mind your own business on the ground will get smashed. The little forest snail that trying to just go about his daily life to survive, bam. So my analogy here is that in this environment where I live, that's typically how those situations are handled. Because most of the time, except for where that big person is the big person, the kingpin, then they typically are connected to the kingpin. They will snitch. They will sing like a caged bird. So does that answer your question?
And I think a lot of snitching is going on here too. Just FYI.
Oh, of course.
I agree.
Of course.
I mean,
and so I'm just like I said, right? Let them talk.
Yeah.
Let them sing the songs they need to sing. Let them turn state witness because it's time to save the state. It's time to do right by your country. Even if you've erred and done the wrong thing, it's time to do right by your country. So confess and snitch at the same time. Don't just confess your own. Yeah. Talk everybody own.
Yeah.
Because don't keep people's secrets.
Why are you suffering EPP sin?
Why are you there? Maybe even getting sick, worry, high blood pressure, sometimes can come from you keeping things inside. Pray first. Confess to God. Get on your knees. Or if you're Muslim, you go to the mosque. Confess. Whatever spiritual orientation you have, let it out. Then that Facebook go, deal with God first. After that, you come clean. That is your redemption. Even if you do jail time, clear your conscience. Do so knowing that in the end, you did the right thing for God and country.
God and country. Thank you. Honorable man, welcome, my brother Blair Abraham. Welcome to the show. And listen, this is the time to cut deals. The lawyer will speak on that issue. If you still do 25 years, the water you open your mouth, it take us 2 years. When you open the water, small money, it take us another 2 years. By the time you only 3 years every minute, it's up to you. Because of the mind, I can do it. If you want to get up to 25 3 years, you gotta open your mouth. Wow.
It depends
I
on what
spend this but nobody for free. Let me tell you about.
look, a big a serious matter where we come from. Where, but let me say,
now I'm real, bro, right? Yeah,
I don't know mirror bro, me or more, leave mirror boy.
Let me tell you about.
But let me say,
sorry, everybody, the reason I don't get involved in babating, I can't stand pressure. You understand? I'll put myself no back. I will go report myself.
I will confess everything.
Don't call me inside. And they all know it. All the government agencies are walking while walking the conference room. If they were having conversations, they see me, they're quiet. Call that cow. I'm scared of trouble. You see me? So, okay.
But anyway, that's what some people bring.
How do we get it down? I don't know how they get it.
Let me say good evening to. You know, I saw the 2 ladies on Dwalu, and they didn't come. I said, okay, Dwalu and ladies run the show.
No, go.
Then, yeah, Fatima, I don't know when she finished passing, she come back with a reaffirmation. She had the only excuse she get a girl. She got double reaffirmation. The only excuse she get a girl. One day we'll finish.
Almost finished. 2 more weeks, it will be finished.
But let me say good evening to Liberians across the world, and especially our people everywhere in Liberia listening to us across the country. It's good to be back here today again. And, you know, Liberia will surely get there. I believe strongly that we are on the very right path, Dwalu. And as I said, I'm sure that by the time we're getting to 2029 and beyond, Liberia will be on a path that it will be very difficult for us to turn around and go backwards. And this is why, for me today, you know, what has caught my attention to open up is, let me just say hi to my brother, K. Oscar Davidson. Reverend, what's up? They can see you, I swear. Oh, yeah. Okay, don't be very with me. I know. But we'll talk that one. In the assembly, we'll talk that one. But, you know, what I say this because what has caught my mind today was the statement, you know, that was issued by our former president, former President George Weah on last evening with the incidents surrounding the former vice president and all the surrounding discussions that are going around with her from, you know, people who, Liberians, I may say first, who believe they are opposition or whatever it is. That statement claims my attention because, you know, I fail to see that people who have the privilege, you know, out of almost 6 million people see and give you a privilege to rise to the highest office of the land. And I always say this, Donald, that even if you are made a class president or you are made a leader of any group, whether big or small, first thing as a leader, you must know that your status is no longer the same. You're no longer the kind of person, the everyday person that people know you to be. When you elevate with certain stature, and you also must elevate with certain way of thinking. I think for the former president to continue to stoke violence and you know, chaos in our country, it is unfortunate. All right. You cannot be making statements and the first things that come from your mind are the things that carry us to war. I think bring people to bring chaos and disaster and all those things. You know, a leader doesn't speak, especially when you have led Liberia for 6 years. Liberia did not go back to civil war. Liberia did not go back to violence. We did not get on the street to kill one another. You know, you cannot continue to say that. And for some Liberian politicians who always believe that is their popular mantra, and that is what we make them popular with their followers. I think that is unfortunate. But more besides that, and so I think our leaders must know that the country, whatever it is, you who say that you are coming back in the next 3 years to run for the same presidency, you cannot be the one that will be stoking chaos and violence for our country and be telling and be trying to bring disorder to our country. And secondly, it beats my mind that when leaders are giving, because I know somebody may have written a script for you. As a leader, I don't know who writes the script, but there are certain things you need to ask yourself because you have held the highest office of the land. In the first place, whoever told the former president that the law enforcement, a peace officer, needs any prior information to get you before they arrest you? Whoever said that? Which law book did he write it in? That if police wants to arrest you, they must inform you first. If they don't inform you first, then that's a violation of your human rights. Whoever told you that? Where do you read that? That without prior notice, you arrest somebody? Who told you that they're supposed to give you prior notice? When police gives you prior notice, it's out of courtesy. It is not part of the law. They're supposed to come and inform you that, Carl, what happened tomorrow? We're coming to you to arrest you because we need to investigate you on something. So tomorrow, get ready. Take your clothes. In fact, you will not be going home. So you must bring toothbrush, bring toothpaste, bring pillow, and all that thing. Who told you that that's how police operate? So why would people sit down and somebody who held the highest office of the land gave people the perception that that is what it's supposed to be when it is not? And whoever told you that because you have freedom of movement and freedom of association and everything, that they cannot arrest you even in your house when you're sleeping? And yesterday, I read the criminal procedure law, especially the chapter on arrests, and that when the alleged crime is that of felony, what the law says they can arrest you anywhere, any time of the day. Midnight say you can be sleeping, they can bang on your door. I know somebody will say, but why let the man wake up? You were dreaming, you were having sweet dream. You will call the man dream, you have to carry in the police station. It doesn't matter. Who says that because somebody is traveling out of the country, the police must wait, the person must travel? You know what the person going for? They must go where they come back before you effect your arrest. So who told our former president that by doing so, arresting somebody, whether they're on their way to travel or not, is a violation of their rights? Who said that was the violation of the right? All right. And I'm listing these things to all because based on this, the former president has said he's returning to the country to mobilize people to begin to let me go in his statement. Say what he said. He returning to the country to mobilize people to what thing? Let me see.
I'm gonna read a statement that got up here, Councilor Ma.
Now, one of his statements.
Can I read this one for you? One of the statements.
I got the first statement right here.
Without any prior notice, the former vice president was unlawfully prevented from traveling in violation of a constitutional right.
No, to mobilize people to resist the tyrannical attempt.
Okay, let me look for it.
The president to resist. It's the last paragraph. I've seen it.
Okay.
I'm saying these things because is that the reason you say is that tyrannical? So who says that if the police has information about me, or the police suspect seriously that I've committed a crime and I'm on my way out of the country, that they can arrest me at the airport? Who says so?
I think he knew that part.
How did you come to that? And he said without notice, prior notice. Who said they should give you notice? Then the former president in the statement says the Minister of Justice read the charges at the press conference, but he did not give details as to how they arrived at the charges. Whoever thought you said security people can come and explain to you how they arrive at the charges? Now in the court, they can do that one. Who wrote this speech for the former president, for which he sat there and read it, or issued or released that speech? Whoever told you that the police? I said yesterday that the police gave the justice minister was reading a statement, enumerated the charges. It is the indictment that will give you even more details of the charges. But even that indictment does not show that this person is guilty.
Mm-hmm.
You can put all those things that it does not say she's guilty. And the Minister of Justice said it yesterday.
Yes.
That being arrested doesn't make you guilty.
But the person we're talking about, not
Being charged doesn't make you guilty. Even being indicted doesn't make you guilty. Being held in prison until the trial comes doesn't make you guilty. It is only when the government goes to court and prove what they have to say, and the court says you are guilty, that what makes you guilty. So I expect that a statesman speaking will say that we have all cried for this fight. Now it has even come closer to us. We look with eager eyes and ensure that this woman be given fairness, that she has access to her lawyers, and that she has a trial, and that the government can prove. If they cannot prove, then they must let her go. I thought that is what a statesman would say. But to come and say that, oh, so the whole drug fight that the former president and his people wanted was not to go to have any of them that will be named, but they must be looking at the government that is in power, that the people who will bring the drugs. Is that what you're saying? And let me end by saying that, I'm not even disappointed, but one of the most erroneous things I've heard from people like Sandro Johnson is to sit there and say they are getting at the CDC. That's why they're going after Joel. For heaven's sake, even when Joel was vice president, what influence she had in the CDC? Somebody tell me. Even when she was actively sitting there as vice president, she used to go to the president office to me, if you now tell us you're not seeing the president today.
They ostracize her.
She would come back home.
She was excommunicated.
Vice president that she can get.
She went to ECOWAS to beg for rights.
She can get her payment, her budget to run her office. She was complaining. What so much you want to get to the CDC that you go to Joel? In fact, Joel Party, the National Patriotic Party, has already tried to disassociate itself from CDC. George Mobile and the people have already taken themselves away from CDC. So now CDC is not even the coalition again. It's only the Congress for Democratic Change. So if people targeting the Congress of Democratic Change, why would they target Joel Howard Taylor? Joel is not a member of the CDC.
That's a valid point.
She is not a member of the CDC.
That's a valid point.
So why would people want to get to the CDC and go to Joel? Joel has done a part. So instead of people now being open-minded and saying, look, and we all say that, look, she's a stateswoman, as I said. She's not a small figure. She's well known in the women community. I think she was on her way to a women's conference. She's been the first female vice president, just as President Selig was the first female president. So it's not an easy thing, or the world will just look on for a government to bring such serious charges against that person and have them arrested.
Thank you.
So give the process a chance and ask everybody to see how this process plays out. But for people to come back and then you are trying to whip people's sentiments and stoke chaos and let people say that so they can get on the street and the police says go back, then it becomes a problem, and they say they're using heavy hands from the police. I think our leaders must stop these kinds of things they are doing. All of them were crying for big names. Joel Allen has money, a big name. Big name and falling in their side. Then everybody.
It's not the kind of big name they wanted, though.
If that bogus charges,
that
the court will determine what that bogus charges, they will throw that case outside. So until that happens, I think the former president and people who were privileged by this country to have given you that opportunity to sit up there should act like statespeople and tell his people. He should be like Gary Johnson, who is Joel's pastor, to tell the people that, look, we have to be patient and follow the due process of the law. That's what they need to do, Dwalu. And people should stop these things that believe in that every time they will come, who la bring a miscare now, but talking about we'll go back to war and everything that care out to war. Who is scared of war business? We already not experience war. Who is scared of war business again?
But when they going to war? Thank you so much, man.
Our 3-year-old, 4-year-old children, and this time they can see Debale and run and be looking at you like that. We were growing up to see Debale set our war. We run away.
We're in
We
front
see
of it.
casket coming, say we go different place. Today, our children can go look at their body on the street. Who you scaring with war? Every small thing that war will bring war. Every small thing they going problem will bring war. We will resist. What can you resist? I look for the day to see President we are himself standing in front of that crowd and go and say we're going to resist. Let me see how you will face the police.
Thank you so much. Thank you for sharing the show. Yep. Fatima, it is fitting that we also just replay what the Justice Minister said yesterday. I don't think former President Weah was listening. And these charges, as explained by Counsel Man, it's not many in a way, shape, or form to come to say the person is guilty. It was just the charges lay out. And no charges will be explained in court. Before I go to my brother Abraham and Blair, let's listen to the Justice Minister as he lays out the charges against the former Vice President. These are no easy charges, by the way.
She has been charged with the following offenses. Under the Controlled Drug and Substance Act of 2023, violation of Section 14.83, unlicensed importation of a controlled drug or substance. Violation of Section 14.85, unlicensed sale, trading, administration, dispensation, delivery, distribution, dispatching, transit, and transportation of a controlled drug or substance. And violation of Section 14.93, illicit trafficking of a controlled drug or substance. Under Chapter 10 of the Penal Law of Liberia, violation of Section 10.2, criminal solicitation. Violation of Section 10.3, criminal facilitation. A violation of Section 10.4, criminal conspiracy. Under the Anti-Money Laundering and Terrorist Financing Law, violation of Section 15.2, money laundering. The government further announces that the following alleged members and organizers of the same transnational narcotics network have been similarly charged.
So the charges are plenty. CDC, your pick, your poison. Abraham, welcome to the show, my brother.
Thank you, Eduardo. Let me say good evening to all of the panelists, including our viewers and our followers as well. Make sure that you share the show. Eduardo, what is on my mind this evening has to do with my GM brother, my friend, and who we call Martin K. and Quali. You know, we all appreciate what he is doing, but sometimes too much of everything can be nonsense. Too much of everything sometimes. So Martin, I listened to him this morning. Martin, it's like Martin had been paid off for him to target Gregory Coleman, the police IG. And this is just a strong advice to my friend and brother. There's other one that you leveraging against the police IG, you flat. You have a flat tire, my friend and brother. And this is not in any way condemning you, but telling you the fact in your face. This one that you are doing, the police IG is not going nowhere because we don't have no facts. There is no evidence to prove that that you are saying, that the police IG is alluded to that. Secondly, you alluded that the car that the police IG is riding, that car, how can a budget being passed by this government and there is money there for vehicle and other necessary items, that the police IG is deemed necessary for him to be able to purchase car for him. And then you look at that, and then you said that car was given by the cartel. Martin, you know, you and I, we are from soup, but this other one, I now stand with you. This other one, you have a flat tire. And this is just a means of me sending this caveat to you, for you to be able to desist. If anyone who has paid you, return that person money, return their funds, tell them say you don't see the police IG. Tell them say you did not see him, or you did not see the security, the joint security apparatus. It's not just made of the Liberians. There are people from Europe, there are people from African countries. All these people, they came in our country for them to be able to help us. So if you and the cartel member have pinched you that une Gregory, une the police agent that you should point at, I think you have this wrong at this time. And this is just my strong advice to you for you to desist. Desist from that before the labyrinth, because labyrinth they got to get federal with people. Labyrinth they got to get federal. As soon as you release information that is faulty, one or two times you will become a laughter in the eyes of many of our comrades. I don't want for that to happen. So a hint to a was is all sufficient. Thank you, Doctor.
Yeah, and you know, overall, I think Martin does a great job at times when he gets it right. But by the same token, Martin respects himself. If you get it wrong, which is not a bad thing, you come out and you correct that. By the way, Blair, we're going to come over to you. I know you have your own stuff to say, but this is just about the highlight from President Weah. He said he's going to mobilize. I don't see the mobilization because you know he got so many young people. He said, "Oh, Joe, we are threatening political mobilization over Jewel Howard Taylor's arrest." Accuse his government of authoritarianism. I hope President Weah come here and read that thing. Sisi Goya, welcome to the show, my brother. Get at you. I want to see President Weah read that letter myself. With the camera there on. Black, the boys in your court, man. Welcome to the show, my brother. Are you still busy? We're going to the meat of this thing. I see you still talking out there, Blair. So what I'm going to do is we're going to go into the meat of this thing and I want Fatima today, you know, it's more of a chill show, but I want to play this video and I will start with you up there. The new sentiment in the country, people believe now their country now is in the hands of responsible people. Let's listen to this, brother, and I will have you chime me as it relates to what was happening in the country.
God, you go sit down. You think a small cherry government, yeah? You think a small cherry government will run here? You think that having we say we not even know agriculture good? Like you think a government, yeah? You think that Mama see government, yeah? You think that Kalasco government, yeah? You think that Finabono government, yeah? You think that small cherry government run here? You think that government when the president go on international or I call that forums, when you finish speaking, say, AFP go in there, AFP go in there. You think that job, yeah, AFP go in there. The government, that's real men running this government, yeah. We want to take our country, get our country to babies. Now that small cherry government run here. Okay? Just stop wasting your time. 2029, no election for you. CDC, Georgia, go sit down and just go watch your sons where they play. That your failure looking at one vote for somewhere. You can't, you waste them a vote. You waste them a vote. You George, we are thinking you were the best president. You lied to us. You think that small cherry government run here? Look at.
Tima, there's a lot of regret. I got two of the videos. There's a lot of regrets across the country. People saying, we thought you could do something. That likability factor was there. Even what's happening to Madam Taylor today, but a lot of people across the country felt that the 6 years of their life were wasted. And we saw what happened in the country, Fatima.
To all the very youth, you know, Liberia is a youthful country where I think the population is like 80% young people. These people that were muya, up and down behind the Sakumontree on the my walking and took a tree and cut it down. All that one. What program and incentives did he get these people? He didn't teach them how to fish. He didn't send none of them away to go to school. He didn't do anything meaningful for them while he was there. Everybody. Joalo, when I took over the urban department, we had like 6 secretaries, 10 receptionists. So I would call them. I said, what do you do? They just put me here. That's what they did. They just had people sitting in places, just put them there because they were partisans. They didn't tell them anything. So people actually see, people come to work, they feel empowered because when they come, we got things for them to do. We are matching qualifications. And the president, in his wisdom, did not want the country to go to a free fall because he knew a lot of them were inexperienced. They didn't know nothing. They were just coming to the job for no reason. So what he did was he allowed them to be until CSA start giving tests. Imakpo saw you will not pass the test. You pass the test, you do. Some of the researchers high school diploma. How can you research as a high school with high school diploma? Some of them drop out in 12th grade. Those were the people that had in professional jobs. When the qualification to be a researcher is master's level. So honestly, everywhere, when I was doing reaffirmation of city, everybody was afraid. They said, Fatima, I'm telling you, these people are going to do this, they're going to do that. But when the people started saying, they would say, we voted for these people. They didn't give us rule. They didn't make sure we had electricity. Our women were delivering on a flashlight. Sometimes we didn't even know when the baby hair coming from, the folk coming from, nothing. Women and children were dying because there was no electricity. But the man that we did not vote for is the one that is taking care of our Southeast. So the mindset of our people are changing. They are changing. I mean, young people, to see that, what we are doing at MCC, not everybody can work in government, but we are encouraging the young people, come and open your garbage business. We'll give you areas where you can collect and bring it to a central location. MCC will pick it up so you can get money. Hire more young people like yourself. Y'all go and start doing work. We're creating avenues for young people to become entrepreneurs. We're creating avenues for them to go to the bank, borrow money as young people, and invest in their own little businesses. We have started all those things. But Dwalu, the fact that these people were actually sitting and they were waiting to see people in this government being destroyed for names of our government officials, our vice president, all these people to be destroyed. Now is their time. I was telling you, all people used to say, the town trap is not for mouth, the goat alone, the cap. For human being too.
Yeah.
So now today, Dwalu, unfortunately, I hope the people, children, when I came to Labrador, everybody here used to have baby so on their foot. When they walk in, their foot would just bust. People used to go to Lepo and be butting their hairs like they on a Lepo to Alu. When I enter Monrovia, today to find kush on the market is so difficult. Why? Because the president is taking the fight to the homes. He's taking it to the communities. Anybody that has a hand in making sure that our future leaders, these young people, don't become anybody or anything. They themselves will not see they will not become anybody or anything. He's serious about it. He's not joking. He said wherever they drug, and they were just lying, making up name, calling name. They didn't know that it was in their backyard. They didn't understand it. To all of the story is changing by the day. People, let me tell you, the CDC chairman in Grand G there called Senator Zopeno and told him, no. Nothing was done for us. He changed. Everybody they're realizing it. And now you can't call rally and say people to go on the street when it's CT, everybody say they want. And the thing is, the jet thing say we just went in secret part bus, we put name in boxes and we shake it, we're calling people name. No, we have international partners, Dwalu. We have people, we have the FBI, the LDEA from all over the world to get this is a joint effort. Today I went to the police station. I saw police people myself. I was scared. They were fully geared, fully ready to make sure that they protect the state. This is not a joke. So that a joking thing they're doing, they will end up with their in check. They will do it until the people who are behind this thing will be caught. Joseph Walker is not here to play. He's not here to play. He's here to make sure that life gets better. So that
Thank you. And I think he should not play, but I want to come to you, Councilor Man. I know this is very sensitive, but we still have to talk about it. Today, the vice president was not feeling too well. She has to be taken out of the prison compound and taken elsewhere. And I listened to so many commentary in the country from journalists to former officials, especially from the NPP and the sedition, saying the prison system is not conducive for the vice president. She got asthma, she got high blood pressure. The place is not conducive. Should that be a deciding factor as to whether somebody goes to jail or not? Or should we fix it? No, this is serious. I'm being dead serious. And I understand that the vice president has to be looked at medically, but so many of our young people go to these prisons and they have to deal with the conditions in our prison. Should we fix the prison or should we only concern when people doesn't go there?
Look, like our brother Mose would say, and always be crying and calling for the building of additional prison facilities. Nobody was listening to him. But look, the law, the reason why people, let me tell you, the reason why you see what we call the statue we call Lady Justice, the reason why they put a blindfold is to tell everybody that justice sees nobody, it hears nobody, it knows nobody, only the law. There is nobody who is treated special or has special privilege under the law. It is unfortunate that our former vice president's health condition deteriorated at that point in time, and we pray that she recuperates. And like Carl said at the beginning of the show, and Dualu said, look, that certain situation can make your pressure, even excitement, happiness, can make your pressure go up. And when you pump certain way in your brain, then it can't stand it. It even pops your brain up. That's why people can get, aneurysms and other things, and your heart will stop. So we pray that it doesn't go that way. I'm sure that, of course, all the stress, all the situations she had to go through, the interrogations and things at the police headquarters, it may have exacerbated her condition and taking her pressure up. And so that's why, because nobody is giving a special preference under the law, I'm sure that when the condition got, that's why they brought the medical team to the police. In the first place, she was not taken from the central prison. She has not gone to the prison headquarters yet. She's not going to Maria Central Prison yet because she's still in police custody. They have not forwarded her to court. So they brought a medical team to look at her at the police station. And based on that medical advice, I believe the medical advice asked that she be sent to a hospital to be looked at. She will be at the hospital until such time that she is deemed fit, and she'll be under the police guard and watch because she is still now an accused person. She's being charged. And I believe when she gets much better, she will be brought before the court. It is only after you are brought before the court that the court can send you to the Monrovia Central Prison. And if even any inmate at the Monrovia Central Prison, if you are declared, medically not fit to be in the prison, it'll be based on that report that you'll be brought to a hospital. Normally in our system, you are brought to the hospital, you're in the hospital under security guard until you are recuperated, and then you go back to the prison if you're in the prison. That's what normally happens. But you see, Dwalu, this is where the funny part comes. You remember the same people who have been bastardizing the investigation and have been talking, criticizing the government here, there, yonder, when the drug case came. The same thing happened with, what's the guy's name they call U.S. Marine? All right. They said this guy was arrested. He was in prison, right? And then he said he was not well. And then the doctor went and said this man has to be brought to the hospital and taken out of the prison and brought, because he's not well, the condition cannot keep him in prison. Based on that doctor report, the judge brought him out of the prison. He ran away, right? That is what down they were blaming and say somebody colluded, somebody connived with the person. They did it, and the person ran away. The judge, in fact, until the legislature, I think the House of Representatives wanted to summon the judge. Based on a credible doctor report, they said they want to summon the judge why he released the person to the medical facility. So are the same people saying that now that our former vice president is in a medical crisis, should she have been ignored and still sent to the court and sent to the Maria Central Prison? No. Remember, everybody accused is presumed innocent. Even if you are found guilty, you can be found guilty for the most heinous crime, which is murder under our law, which penalty is death. Even though we have not taken the death penalty off our book, but we have signed the ratified all that agreement that we'll not kill somebody. even if you are sentenced to life imprisonment, once you are sick and you cannot medically be tended to in the prison, the law provides that you be brought to a hospital under serious prison guards. They will guard you. You will be there. You take your treatment. After your treatment, once you are better, the doctor says the person is well, you go right back. And I think
Pastor Mark, can I ask you a question? Please, just one. If a former Chief Justice, Gloria Musu-Scott, can come to Sword Beach, I don't think anyone should be exempt.
But nobody is exempt. You know, I hear rumors that she will be put on a house arrest because she was former vice. But the law knows no position.
No position. That was the question. Does the law, pick and choose the position?
Once you appear before the court, look, unless it is a credible medical report, and even at that, for me, it will be a new phenomenon for the doctor to say, put the person on a house arrest. All right, it will be a new phenomenon because what the practice is in our jurisdiction and under our jurisprudence is that when the person is in prison and they are sick, they send people to treat them. In fact, they got clinic in the prison. If they can't solve your problem, the doctor will recommend that you go to a hospital. The government hospital normally is the first place that will carry you. They'll carry you to the government hospital. And while you're in that JFK laying down there, they got people to your door. They got security people manning you so that you can, because you're a prisoner.
Yeah, bro. They can chain you to the bed.
Depending on
handcuff you to the bed.
They may handcuff you to the bed. And once you are recuperated and the doctor says this person is fit, you go right back to the prison. Now, it will be a strange phenomenon for me if we start looking at people's position and what they hold, what they don't know, and then they say, now you can't go to the prison, now you got to go to your house, be laying down there, they'll be on a house arrest and all that thing. In fact,
we don't have that
cannot even happen right now because she is still in the custody of the police. Right. She has to go to court. The police has to charge her to court. All right? And maybe the 48-hour may not count because she is not well. But once she's well, they have to bring her before the judge. And once they bring her before the judge will remand her to prison because it is a non-bailable offense. You cannot post bail right there. And then when
not for nothing,
all other things
that her husband brought killed 250,000 of our citizens, and they didn't have the chance to go.
The husband's crime is not her crime. That one I can't.
It's not transferable, but she enjoyed it. She enjoyed
dealing with what is before us, Fatima. Yeah. And what is before us is that, yes, it could be any other prisoner who will fall sick or anybody accused. We don't want people dying in our prisons or dying in our jails. But again, the stress could carry some people to go way up. We hope that doesn't happen. But it doesn't mean anything. That if that happens, it will be unfortunate and it will not happen. We pray that it doesn't happen. But the point is that we don't want people to start getting the impression that tomorrow, because the person was a big person in the government, so they gave them a different treatment. And then the other man on the street, today I saw Bucky Raw in handcuffs, being carried to the court from the police. And they said that drug matter. That's what I understood. If that drug matter, he is here going to South Beach. But obviously, the kind of thousands and thousands of supporters Bucky Raw got. He too had influence on plenty of young people. So he cannot be treated different from anybody else. If it's me tomorrow, I will go there. And Fatima, you made the right case. The former Chief Justice of the Republic of Liberia sat in the prison during her trial. She was coming from that prison with that Orange Johnson doing the trial, coming every day, going back, coming every day, going back. They found her guilty. She went there until she appealed to the Supreme Court. That is what our law stands for. I think when we start giving people preferential treatment, we will open a box that will not be able to close.
Thank you. And I agree with you entirely. Look, we cannot give it. I'm going to come to you, Abraham. You spoke about this prison thing. And one of the reasons why I put this prison thing on the docket because I listened to a few guys in the country today, and most of them was, the person got asthma. The prison facility is not conducive for her health condition. Everybody explains it.
Sorry, John. Let me tell you the truth. I have worked in the justice system for many years, 10 years. Yeah. I have gone to that prison. There are people there who got worse sickness. Okay. They're there. There are people there who when you see them, you say, but I take the person. They are there. So asthma and things that things that come and go. It's not, You know, people got diabetes, people got, you know, pressure, people got all the people are there. You know, so what? Because somebody, and I don't want to depend on the
Yeah. No. It's a politicking of it now, honorable man. It's a politicking of it. In fact, so whenever if you speaking BB book about it, let's listen to one people quick before you respond. Hold on one second.
It's a situation that we do not want to exfoliate. We don't want to make it to look worthless or without attention.
So the Islamification of the imprisonment causes the no to suffocate. How do you respond to it?
It's a situation that we do not want to exfoliate.
Papa go say that man, but man, let you ever you. I mean, you're muted.
You know the funny thing.
Yeah,
You know
no,
the funny
laptop,
thing.
sorry.
I come in, I beg you. I don't want to be playing it. The funny thing about the thing is that, you know, people can say communication that skills.
Yeah.
The person you're speaking to, that way you speak, the person.
Yeah, the understand it. Thank you.
The person who interview you, that way you speaking, that person understand it. So how you expect for a message to go?
And the printer to do, I got so easy decision and speaking book.
My brother, please go ahead. I'm sorry.
What happens? The president catch your hand. That year for you.
Yeah, Adoru, you know, says my sister put it right. You know, as so far as we saw Gloria Musu's car, that woman, she had built her records. That woman had the untainted record in the country. A record that was never tinted, that was never a dent on it. That woman went to Saw Beach. In the worst situations, at the time that CDC were in power, Gloria Musoska went there. Who is Dua for her to not be able to go to prison? She just slept to the police headquarters. She have not gone to the prison yet. She just slept to the police headquarters. They told her that this thing there that you're playing with, because the representative went there this morning. And the representative, some of them informed her that that thing here is non-bailable. And the other one passed the lawyer. So that trauma, that information hit her heart. But all I have to say is that, you see, when I cry here on the show saying that there's a need that we build a prison facility, because I understand that there will be enough prisoners. Some of them have not been called yet, but some of them will be called very soon. And another one, but they will fit the year that they are connected with the trustee, they will fit. Joy will be okay. Madam Taylor will be okay. As I've been told that the police, that the hospital that she is in, the police have barricaded that hospital. The police are assigned there until she can feel okay and she be carried to court. And now I'm looking at the whole thing. She may spend this week there, but next week she'll be okay. All I'm saying is that Liberia is not the Liberia that we knew under their administration. It's not a Liberia. This is a new dispensation. This is a new day. No monkey wear baboon draw these days. You on a payroll, you don't go to work, you will not be paid. So for me, I understand the JMB that we all saw 2017. That is the same JMB. The JMB that told the Liberian people that I was a parked car in a garage. Now that racing car has started racing. So Dwadu, Madam Taylor will be okay. This is the reason that, when you're telling them that your first depression facility, they were taking it to be Belafonte. They were taking it for it to be Goblin. Now it has reached that time. Let them go fix it.
They'll go fix it.
Let them go there. Let them go see how they are 6 years. How they maltreated, how they ill-treated our prisoners. Let them go there. Let them go see it.
Look, at the end of the day, if somebody can help me with that spelling, I tried to spell it 15 different ways. I can't get it. I don't know if that's a word. My brother Kofoma Donso try a sloppy gate. I don't know. Can anybody help me define what a sloppy gate means? And maybe I'm missing the point because I'm trying to get a definition. I've never heard the word before. I've heard esophagus. I tried to spell it so many different ways, but you're helping me. Maybe that British English or you're from Plebo. My brother Blair, let me come to you. Let me ask you a question. The prison compound in Liberia, we're going to get a little bit serious. The vice president, obviously, some people say the woman, she acting up, she making it seem like that. She will faint 15 times. One of the issues in Liberia, people don't want to be shamed. And this is what I believe in Liberia. We need to shame more big people in order to fix the system. Nobody want to be shamed. In fact, a lady said, listen, Dwalu, I hope Prophet Q was staying in the jail when they carried you there. So two of be in jail. It seems that that was the real story. I didn't leave man. God to grace, God to easy what you did to me. That's why I laughed at it so hard. But I want to ask you this, Blair. The system that we are trying to build, what message would it send to officials now that we need to fix this because tomorrow Blair could go to jail. Dwalu could go to jail tomorrow. It's not just for the people that are in prison. Look, the B series that came to Liberia, for those who don't know what B series, you're thinking about Krokro. It came from those prison systems. Dirty water. Some of the diseases in this prison system. The reason why you want to keep prison clean, because these very people will leave the prison, they will come back into the population, and they can spread whatever disease that is in there. For a very long time, how we treat as a civilized people. In fact, as a philosopher, I had to look it up. While you're talking, I will have you look it up, and I'll respond to you. But go ahead and hear you respond.
Yeah, good evening, everyone. The Dwalu, Councilor Mine, Cisco, my sister Fatima, one of the love of my heart in this rescue administration, and my brother Abi. How you doing? You're supposed to write the Dwalu.
Councilor Mine.
If I could, and Dwalu, I can tell you about it. If I had the authority to turn the entire Nima County forest over to the Bogart administration to build a prison compound, I would have done it. The new Liberia is not for you. The new Liberia is not for Councilor Man. It's not for Cisco. Or you don't need Cisco and Fatima and the rest of them, because these will have to indoctrinate the new young generation of young women into the new culture of Liberia to continue the culture. But the other one thing I will say here is that we have to cuff people. When we want to change this country, especially the people who have committed alleged crimes against humanity, not just Liberia, against humanity, these people must be made shame. This thing go beyond gender lines. These people must be handcuffed. They must be investigated. They must be interrogated. And they are culpable. We place them before the courts. And if the court sees that the administration or the governing administration has facts and evidence that is enough, because when you go before a grand jury, even though I'm not a legal practitioner, but you might have really good facts and evidence that can convince the grand jury to indict somebody. And when somebody is indicted, that is telling the state that the state has a case to prosecute. And that is where I think we have to get serious in Liberia. I saw the Joel Howard incident yesterday. she, according to what the justice minister said, she had no right to even say she wants to go to her house to wait for her lawyer. But it is good. We are beginning on the footing. These things have not happened in Liberia since post-war Liberia, where people at the highest echelon of our society are being hauled and pulled before justice to give account as to why they behave or misbehave in a capacity or capacities as government officials. And Joy Howard wouldn't be the first person. Like, as the opposition agitates and the government listens, it's a good thing the opposition is agitating and the governing administration is listening. Like, they said they needed neutral people, and the government requested. They went beyond that. They said they are not sure. And one of our local radio stations today satisfied that argument as to whether we had, whether FBR or Homeland Security or USDA in the country. They made an official communication. They did an official communication with the U.S. Embassy. And the U.S. Embassy was able to confirm that the United States government, that's a diplomatic response. They ain't going to tell you, say, FBI is here, USDA is here, or Homeland Security is here. They confirm in a bulk communication that the American government is fully involved with this administration. If you want, I will send the clip to you, and then you can play it. It's a courtesy to the OKFM. But what we want to say here is that, Dualo, we have a lot of fighting to do in Liberia. There are people who still want to compromise people. There are people who are still looking at you and myself and Kou, Fatima, who came from the Ministry of Local Government today, and I mean, she's elated right now. She should have freshened up and lying down in the comfort of her bed. But she sits before us here on these cameras and then trying to speak to the Liberian people. It shouldn't be that way. We're trying to convert a society from a negative area to bring them to a positive area. And I will admonish every Liberian to pull to this government. It's not about Joseph Boakai, it's not about George Ria, it's not about Unity Party, it's not about the CDC or any other political institution out there that is capable or that could lead this country tomorrow. But this is the very first time that we've experienced. If you want to be the part of history, there's time that you join the caravan to move in the right direction.
I couldn't agree with you more. Thank you for coming back, Cole. Yeah, I think, Baba Chimbola, that's not how you pronounce that word. This is the quote I was looking for. I just looked it up. You know, as a civilized society, if we're going to consider ourselves civilized, we are going to be measured by how we treat those that are entering our prisons. And this is something we don't do well. Cole, I mean, I know you've been following in the back. Do you think we have treated prisoners in our society responsibly? Now, a lot of light is being shown on this issue today because of the vice president, of course, but have we treated prisoners in our country the way a civilized society is supposed to? I know it goes without saying. Let me be my paper in your more.
Do civilized societies need prisons? I mean, this is a philosophical discussion, right? If people are civilized, then they don't go to prison. I mean, do civilized people imprison people? It's a place for criminals. There's certain levels of humanity and human rights that need to be upheld. But you're talking about a country where people who've committed no crime sleep on dirt floors in mosquito-infested swamp communities. You're talking about a country where children are in the streets selling just so they can eat, not even to pay for school fees, just so they can eat, just so they can have food to eat. And people are arguing about prison conditions in one of the poorest countries in the world. I think it's hypocritical. You live in a country like Liberia, then you're committing crime on that level. Then we're talking about your rights, but we don't need to talk about the rights of the children who are going to be at risk of all kinds of things because of the crimes that you've committed against the country. I'm not going to participate in that discussion on a philosophical level. I'm just going to speak as a mother. And I don't think anybody is above the children selling in the streets of Monrovia. I don't think anyone who served in office ever is more important than the babies that are being raped in Monrovia. I don't think that, I'm going to sit here and pretend to be advocating for people who God has given so much to and been so privileged. While I think that our former, vice president and anyone going to prison should be treated humanely, I think prisoners live at a very basic standard in comparison to the rest of the society. And so if human rights or the rights of prisoners should be determined by the average of the life, quality of life, of the average citizen. You hearing me? The average citizen. It doesn't mean prisoners should be living better than the average citizen. They should be brought to the quality of life of the average citizen. And if that is the case, then I don't think Liberia is in violation of anything. Let's increase the quality of life for the average citizen so that we can increase the quality of life for those who are in our prisons. But the people in our prisons cannot live better than our children who've done nothing wrong. That doesn't make sense, and I don't think that's civilization either. So with that being said, that's not my area. I'm speaking strictly from my heart. Who don't like it, I don't like it, I have business. But you can't expect me to sit here and cry for people who've committed crimes and their living conditions when the living conditions of people who have not committed crimes are deplorable.
Can I come in? Can I come in? Call session is very important. And that has to do with the justice system. While we advocate to uphold the quality of the treatment of human beings, generally, whether you are a criminal or not, in the prison facilities, I believe that prison facility is beyond civilization. We who are beyond the walls of the prison compound and living under the rule of law, we are in civilization because we are not going against societal norms. And God is right, because if you were to treat a prisoner much more better than I am outside the walls of prison, God, what would I do? I want to be in the walls of the prison to be treated the way prisoners are treated.
Go make one fake gun, go pretend to arm Rob.
Okay, that's it.
I'm just joking there.
God is absolutely right in that direction. Why we advocate that the right of human beings should be upheld, it is good that also they must understand that they have committed crimes against human norms in society. And we have to uphold that in Liberia as a whole. And while we do that, we have to make sure that people who are outside of that war, we can treat them in a respectable manner, that they can understand it is better to be outside of that war. And how can we do that?
Thank you, Blake. Fatima, you wanted to come in, but I want to say this though. The issue here is it's not about just the treatment within prison. You got to understand Liberia extends into the prison, Fatima. The quality of life in the prison cannot be in a way where when people come out, they affect the greater population. I'm not asking for water beds in the prison, but I want us to understand that these prisons can be used by anybody in the society. I don't know if some of you guys been to any prison in Liberia. If you really go to the prison, you will understand the horrible conditions these people live in. They got literally 2 buckets in these jail cells, not just South Beach. But you go to Kakata, go anywhere in Liberia, go to any district, they got 2 buckets in there. They literally do everything in that bucket, and the bucket stays in that room. The filth from this place, you can smell it. I am not kidding, 400 feet away from it. And they got to be in this tight room. And you know, Liberia is very, very hard. I love to visit prison when I'm in Liberia. It's one thing I love to do. I would just go there. They're horrible. How do we make sure it is at least conducive for these people. Not necessarily, but it got to be clean. For me, minimally, I want it to be clean, but it's extremely filthy, Fatima.
Let me I will get to that. Huh? I just want to say something real quick, sister-in-law, before
Okay.
I lose my thought. I promise you. I
Okay.
was just thinking when my sister-in-law called were talking, and when Esquire, my favorite Ambrose, Dara was speaking, and I thought
I've stopped
about
buttering him up.
vice president. I mean, being serious. This is very serious. I sat here, and I realized the privileges that she had was more than any woman in Liberia ever had. She served as a first lady in our country. 2 terms, I think 2 or 3 terms, senator. She presided over the Senate, as a vice president of the Republic. She was there when women were crying, when we were demonstrating the beginning of the year, last year, when we're talking about no drugs, taking drugs away from our children. She criticized this very government about drugs and why we were not taking such actions, what we were not doing. And as a mother, as a woman, as a Liberian woman, a mother, to even hear her name being mentioned near drugs. And then to see at the airport, the arrogance in her behavior, asking, why? I'm not going nowhere. I'm not doing this, resisting. When I
Let
thought
me
about all of that and thought about the hypocrisy, you know, it just baffles me. She was giving a lifetime, opportunity that most Liberian women and girls never got. I never became a first lady. I mean, look at me. I never became a senator, nor did I ever become, what vice president.
listen there.
Look at people like our foreign minister, people like her, the kinds of things in a short span of time, the way she tried to put Sarah Beslo Nyanti there, put Liberia on the map. This woman was vice president. She never thought about the prison system. She never knew. She was first lady. I mean, most first ladies in countries take on task.
Yeah.
They take on some initiatives.
Yeah. By the way, what was her task? What was her task?
She has some starfish, something. I don't know where it ever went, but I'm just saying they take tasks to empower young girls, young women. I mean, I know in the US, Michelle Obama took childhood obesity. She
Yeah.
brought healthy eating to young children in schools. I mean, the one that was recently there now that's on her knees, but I know she also took some initiative, right?
She
Um,
did.
the one that used to be on her knees. What her name? My new president's wife.
Oh, okay.
But
Melinda.
she also, I
I
think
think
she's
it's her
taking some
name.
initiative. But I don't know what she did because she was saying something the other day, taking some jabs on the government and the president. She said, her grandson went out and she said, Charlie, you're supposed to ask before you leave because of this drug. But you know what? Not knowing, according to the charges, because I can't say allegedly anymore, she was charged by the biggest tycoon in the country. They made out all of you used to be putting your muff on. What am I doing to Justice Minister? He was meticulous. He followed the evidence. He followed the other ones then that they caught in Nigeria and in the US and the things that he said. He followed everything. And to see, let me just educate our people.
1
The
minute.
world is watching. Just 1 minute, Galo, I'll wrap the one. The world is watching. Joseph Waka's legacy is on the line. You think we just go take bogus charges and put it on people because of political gains? Huh? No. They followed the evidence, and where it led them to the former vice president. And that's where she is today. So please we're not saying she's guilty. We're not, but the evidence took us to her doorstep, and she must answer questions. And you know how this world is a round world. The way they deprive Cabinet Janet of his money, he eating it by fire, by force. He now representing every one of them to take that money by fire, by force.
Reba.
Life is a full circle.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Go. I know you had a comment to make before you lost your train of thought. I know it's been a minute, but you want to come in, Carl?
Yeah, I was just saying that, you know, Dwalo, all the thing I was saying, I've never been to a prison in Liberia. So I had no reason to go to prison. I
Yeah,
say I don't know anybody that went to prison, but you go to prison, I'm not your friend. Look me. Ask people that know me. So I'm speaking theoretically.
Correct.
So when you started talking about conditions that could cause people to possibly get sick and die, that's a different story.
Yeah.
But at the same time, there are, if you look at the conditions that our average child in Liberia lives in, it is deplorable. So my point is that my concern is it is more humane for society to look after the innocent first.
I agree.
It's more civilized for society to look after the innocent first. And if we can't do that, we can't be leaving that and going and talking about things. What they can say that big country problems, that developed country problems, we want to kind of take and pull on our head. Let's handle the first things first. That's all I'm saying. So don't think that I'm on the beach and seeing people suffering. I don't care. I've not been there. I've not seen it. I don't want to see it. And you know, if I end up there for something I did, then don't cry for me.
But I would encourage you. I would encourage you to go take a look at it. I'd love to go take a look at it because the condition is just horrible.
What would be the purpose of me going to go take a look at it?
Because you don't fully get it until you see it and you smell it.
Yeah, Dwaro. Yeah, yeah.
Go ahead, Abraham.
Go ahead, Abraham.
Okay. Yeah, I you know, I sat down last night and I was thinking about Cabinet Janet. This was a man, a reputable man in our society who was removed by the same people. But now they are in trouble, they run to that man. Everyone
Reba.
The man is a lawyer, man. That's
man, a lawyer.
Abraham, full disclosure. There's two people y'all when I discuss on this show. Leave Cabinet Janet story alone. I paid you. Leave me alone. Leave my paper alone.
Why am I not discussing? But
that's what I say, Bruce. Y'all talk about y'all get vest. The man has been through a lot. He's a lawyer. It's his job to represent people. And you know that, Bruce. Then I job.
No, that's not an issue.
That's his Johnny job, right?
If there's an issue where he becomes an issue for discussion, I want to get us have a discussion. But I think the issue that Moses is raising is that the man is a lawyer, and I think that, as Fatima put it, that the same people who got at him, one way or the other, he's getting what he's supposed to get it back. That's a different thing. What he's now doing, if they felt that he was so incompetent as a lawyer, to the extent that they will remove him from the Supreme Court bench, then they find him competent now to represent them in criminal matters. That I play, we get him money. He's a lawyer. The man a lawyer. Look, the lawyers.
The popular demand they want my sister-in-law comes from.
Don't do that. The lawyer is not a party to any suit. So anybody who comes before you, once you believe that you can ably represent the person, you can represent the person. It doesn't matter whether the person belongs to government or not government, criminal. Every criminal accused person, in fact, is entitled to a lawyer. But the point I wanted to make, Dwalu, is that first, I think that listening to my sister Fatima, I think we should also still be careful that we should not judge people guilty just by, you can have all the evidence and we have seen it, and getting the evidence also is one thing. How you present your evidence to court is another thing. You understand? And the courtroom tactics is also a very different ball game. You can get all your evidence. If you don't know how to present it in trial, you could lose your case on different grounds. So that is why, and that's some of the things that we saw in the Samuel Tuer case, with those crazy jurors and all that. But the way you present, there are certain things that you have to present. So But in as much as that is that, we must hold the principle that every accused person is innocent. Madam Joy Howard Taylor has nothing to prove. She can even go to court and say, I'm not saying anything. It is the government that has all the responsibility to prove what they say she did. They got to prove it in court. She can decide not to talk. She can decide not to say anything. They have to prove it. And so that we should be careful not to judge her guilty. But the point I also wanted to make is that, you know, when my brother Bless is we who live outside the prison, we say like, but we say, I disagree with that one there. As a matter of fact, I think a civilized society is judged how you treat certain people in your society yourself. How you treat the disadvantaged, how you treat the less privileged, how you treat even the people who have come in conflict with the law. You can't say you are a civilized person, and then because people come in conflict with the law, you treat them like barbarians or something else, and you say, I'm civilized. The people there, we can do it. In fact, most of our standards of human rights standards are measured how we take care of these kinds of people, the less privileged, you know, and all that. And the thing is that I think we forget, many of us forget to know that, you know, the prison, first and foremost, the prison system, in fact, it's only Liberia currently, I think, I stand to be corrected, somebody can correct me, but I think right now it's only Liberia that we still call our system prison system. You know, if I'm by my Liberia, we don't call it prison system, it's the Bureau of Corrections. It's the LBR, the Bureau of Corrections, because they don't do prison. It's the Bureau of Correction, because that's what makes us civilized. What we intend to do is that when people come in conflict with the law and they are found guilty, the intention of the state is to send them to that place to be rehabilitated, to correct them, so that when they come back into society, become better persons. But unfortunately, with the condition of the Monrovia Central Prison, it is difficult to achieve that. And that is why I agree 1000% with my brother Mose about having a maximum security prison built. Because you cannot have people, in fact, I know, as I said, I've worked within that system for over 10 years. I know that people go to Monrovia Central Prison when they come out, they are worse than they went there. Because you have everybody mixed. Some people who are innocent yet, they have not been, some people haven't even gone to court for their case. They are mixed up with the hard criminals. They are mixed. Everybody is there. And in the world, they don't do it like that. Even in these United States of America, they got different classes of prison. There are some people who do serious financial crime, and because they call it white collar crime. They send different prison that they send some hard criminals to different prison. All right. So we need to look at our system. And to my sister call, let me tell you the truth. It's not everybody who goes to the prison or who goes to jail that means they did something wrong. It's true. One of the things that I, being a lawyer, I having to work with the justice system for years, that is one thing. Even before I became a lawyer, before I did that, the one thing I always try to see, that I have experienced, that even when they call you and say sit down on that bench in the court, on prisoner bench, your whole spirit get lost. Look, I'm not surprised what the former vice president is going through today. I'm not surprised. Look, your whole system, no matter who you are. Did anybody see the Be More lawyer we get in Liberia now? Who just became lawyer yesterday? They call Jefferson Chesney from CDC. He who became lawyer, the judge told him, say, sit on the prisoner bench. We're sending you to prison. You saw how he called him lawyer and say, I'll go big. Look, that whole thing can just, and it's not that he committed a crime. He said something on a case that's ongoing before the you're not supposed to say, hey, in contempt and say we'll send you to jail. You will go to the prison. So somebody can even lie on you until you get to sit down in front of the judge to tell your own case. They'll say you're sitting there here. So nobody knows how you will get there. I have always said that unless it is a lie, and I know that lie, I can go there for the first 2-3 days. But for me to do something that will say they can't get me to that place, I'm not going near there to handcuff me and go there. But you never do know. You never do know. That is why it is good now that people who have the opportunity or who have the opportunity to look at our system, to know that tomorrow, one day you may find yourself over there. It may not be that you have committed any crime. It may be that you call you my sister, you're more sharp. You go to something like you go like probably judge, someone judge here, say that they get making sham or your call here. Whether you want to before you go big, before they go anywhere, she say yourself to the Memorial Central Prison. What you do? You say when somebody go there, you're not your friend. You think you'll not be my friend again? You gotta be my sister, you're not be my friend, say you're my sister again. You know? So we shouldn't think that everybody who goes to the prison has gone there because of a crime. Even if you are accused of committing a crime and they send you there, you are not guilty until the final the last whistle is blown from the Supreme Court. Because if they find you guilty in the lower court, the tendency is that your lawyer will take a appeal to go to the Supreme Court. Until that Supreme Court say no, we agree with the judge that you are guilty, go to the prison, then we know that you have committed that crime. You know, so I just wanted to say this so that we know that there's a need for, and as I said, we have a property, the land, you got to talk about the land, it's a Kismaberg. There's a whole big, huge space that they were supposed to build a new prison. I don't know what is happening. I don't know if they're not putting it in the budget, and maybe I may find time to, if I'm privileged to talk to the Minister of Justice and find out what's happening to that project. But it is for rehabilitation. It's supposed to be for correction. You know, I went to visit the prisons in Rwanda, and I was amazed. I bought shirts, serious shirts. Nice when you see it, you think the people, the prisoners making it, make them plenty, and they send them to the market. Because when you go there, they got people doing shirts, they got people doing, in fact, the roads and things. What the people do is that, when your term, if you're supposed to serve 10 years, you serve the first 5, 6 years, 4 years for you to release. They get people now, they get into contractors to work on the road, because you start earning some small monies for you to go back into the society. They got different skill sets in that place. They got a garage, they got workshop. All those things are there so that when you earn some money and you go there, so they take the government cars, bring them to the prison for them to repair, and the government agencies pay them. And each person who work on that car get a percentage that is kept for them on the day of your release. Now you who got, you're supposed to serve 10 years, you now say 7 years. The last 3 years, they say, be doing some small work in the farms, go to the place, go do the one. You run away. You run away when they catch you. You start your whole 10-year war. So you're not run away. All right. So that is how people do, and they do it. So I hope we can look at that for our prison service, but it's difficult because the people mix up, and for 850 people, you got 1,500 plus people there. Look, sometimes 5, 7 people in one small cubicle. It is difficult. You see people saying now, they're telling they get rope, they can tie on the bucket. Let me finish the one. Some people we can go there. The upstairs, they can take rope, tie on the bucket, on the bucket, they pull it down. They say they come. My people buy my brands. I didn't buy brands. I put it in the car. The man got to hold it up to go through the window. I mean, it's just dehumanizing. It is just dehumanizing. It doesn't matter who goes there. I think it's a serious thing that Liberia has to look at.
I agree with you, Honorable Ma. Anybody got anything to say? But in the meantime, before we say anything, Blair, I know you won't come in. You got something to say very quickly?
Yeah, I think come to the man school, right?
Okay.
Call everybody, but I think maybe I was misunderstood with respect to people beyond in the walls of prison and those outside of the world of prison. The first thing when I speak about civilization, anybody who is civilized wouldn't want to do harm to anybody. But if you do harm, if you do harm to somebody, even if you go,
but what makes you think that only the harm you can do to somebody
in the world, I'm coming. Even if you harm somebody, that is why you're in the justice area. That's why you people make us believe. But for me, I come with a free and open mind. Okay.
Everybody who go down there, they commit crime.
Those are y'all who go and study like your law thing. Y'all confined to it. But for some of us who are outside of that confines of that study, we look at it differently. Okay. So for me, I look at it in a way that because. How in a way, because from your argument comes to the mind, big brother. From a justice point system, how do you define justice as a whole? Justice is that things should be given to somebody rightly.
Make me whole again. That what justice is.
Should be whole again. I mean, that's the dictionary definition you're giving there, brother.
Yeah, maybe whole.
Yeah, that's the dictionary definition you're giving there. But there's the thing, justice. Justice, I didn't do wrong. But you put me in jail for a wrong that I didn't do, then what is justice? Now, there's the thing. Whether you did it or you didn't do it, when you go over there, that's beyond civilization. Civilization is where people live freely. Everybody live outside of fear.
So you not play that jungle, eh?
That jungle over there, brother.
Okay. Let's wrap it up. Let's wrap it up. Fatima want me.
No, but
yes.
it's important.
Ambrose are leaving you.
I come in 1 minute. It's important for you to educate you that justice it doesn't. That's not what justice is. When it says make whole, you see, that's why the justice has a chin. It starts with the police for investigation. Listen, it starts from the police with investigation. It goes to the prosecution, to the court, and then it goes to correction.
But
that's the final. Wait, nah.
But there's the thing, people.
When you
are sitting before the people to interrogate you, the fear that grip you. You didn't do something. It make you a corporate or something that you didn't do. So
that's not necessarily true. But let Fatima close. Let Fatima close. Let the girl out of here. Fatima close.
Because there's no way.
I will agree with you people. I will agree with you people.
We can't water bill for you in the day you be going there, we'll go make one new room for you, special room. We can't water bill.
That's fine. I sat in an interrogation room
for class.
I didn't do something and I got choked. Because of the question they asked me.
Thank you. I used to bring lawyer for. Fatima, go ahead.
All of our students and of course the panelists, I've always missed Dara. I missed you today. I went to the police station. He was already had my lawyer waiting on the side for me because I went to go make sure that things were done. And I saw the professionalism in our. I said the police warden were dressed up in their gear.
Let them know for you be talking.
What? I said they were dressed up. I said they had some knee pads. They had some. I said I saw a gun. I don't know what kind of gun there. I don't know the gun there knee, but it was long. They were just there. I mean, the professionalism in the police. And it made me to realize that Liberia is actually a safe country. I don't care what they will want to make you to think, how they want to make you to feel. Our president and his team leaders are working. Our country is working. Our students. I told you the president has an initiative for 250,000 students during the hours of school hours. No child will be selling on the streets. Those are the initiatives that the president is looking at. We have our foreign ministry working hard for us to our visa things to go through. Right now, she's working. In fact, in Cape Mount, she heals from Cape Mount. So I don't know you when I say our bias. But see, she's a Christian woman. Look at the things that she's doing for our VAB people, the Muslim women. She initiated to send almost 60 people from Cape Mount to Hajj this year. And she's a Christian preaching. I think she's even pastor, our foreign minister. So, to just show that she's someone that is accepting of all people. Those are the kind of people we're looking for. The opportunity that some people have. I know my Esquire here, because he always protect me, because I can just talk sometimes off the cuff. But to say that, I'm also saying that how they were looking today. Fully dressed, waiting for them. My cousin Akaris Moses Grace said he was going there, but they were waiting for him. And they were fully dressed. They were waiting there. They only allowed the doctors to go in the police station today to make sure they took care of the former first lady / former vice president / former senator. But unfortunately, they had to take her out. Liberia's working. Don't let nobody, the liars in chief, funny and formal, don't let them confuse you and tell you it's not working. Joseph Boga will not sit there for drugs to be given to our children by anybody in this country. We make sure that this country is working for all Liberians, not for some Liberians. So I told you guys I've been working the last 6 months with reaffirmation of cities. Finally, I got a light at the tunnel. I'm supposed to do validation, but I have to run out of country real quick. When I come back, the second week in September, we'll do validation and we'll be done. We'll send it to the House and the Senate, and then they do their job. So, thank you for having me. I have a Zoom call right now with you and Habitat. So I'll see you guys, but I'll be listening in. I love you guys, our students. Esquire, my favorite person in the group.
Stop it.
Thank
I
you.
will listen to you. I will know that. Thank you, Joalu. Bye bye.
Thank you, Fatima. I already start making preparations to come on the show. But in the meantime, go ahead.
Gina Dewey la on the thread. They say that guilt can make people pressure go around you. Not no guilt. Go for that. Gina la. See that guilt can make people pressure.
Okay, wait. I know you think that's a theory, but does you have anything to do with it?
Look at that kind of thing. Then when the catch you can make a pressure go around.
Hey, listen, now Gina gets the premise here is not entirely wrong for her.
I know true. You hear Abba said you were in the interrogation room, and then the thing, the battery in the corner, pressure went up. Because you were innocent, but the pressure went up.
Okay, then if you disagree with Gina, then you agree with me.
I agree with you.
but man, they not impeach Yoko, they don't put me on personal bench. Huh? But I didn't think anything about it. It didn't move me one bit. It was a late issue.
You saw your member.
That issue, when people accuse you, it can move you. But when you
that issue, they don't put on personal bench.
But the judge was sit on the other bench over there.
Yeah, because let me tell you, in the court, the guy bench for the person who complained.
Oh, okay, I
who
see.
the defendant, who they complain against, they get different places you can sit down. That's different thing. When they call your case, you can say, okay, that you brought a complaint here, you sit down on this side. That you the brother complaint against here, you sit down on this side. Different thing. But for criminal matter, when the person have been way in the back. In fact, when you see the man who sitting down there, someone like me here already. When you see their face, they can tell you go sit down with the man, and you just say you don't get that is
no, but the kind of thing I left for like people to feel about our court system, a healthy fear of the law. That's what I pray for. But before Harris come on screen, let our boy Cassidy sing more for Liberia. Because they get it better.
For too long, the innocent have cried, while wickedness was covered by pride. Some thought their power would never end. Some betrayed the people they should defend. But God sees what the human eye can't see. Every hidden act, every secret deed. No money can purchase his judgment away. When the truth rises in the light of day. Liberia, don't lose your faith. God has not forgotten this place. Through every struggle, through every pain, He can make this nation rise again. God is cleaning Liberia, cleaning our nation from the inside out. Every evil hidden in darkness, one by one, the truth will come out. God is cleaning Liberia, let justice flow.
God is cleaning Liberia, and I believe that wholeheartedly. Gradually, we will get there. To my brother, it's our own Pomumenobo Nimble. Mr. Dimno, welcome to the show, man. How you doing?
So how Gina knows when people pressure? She said she know hospital business. Me, I know law that she know hospital business. So how she can know that when somebody pressure go or that because the person guilty? When it can
what they eating, they don't get serious.
To my thinking, when Madam VP, former VP, when she think about
that one more thing about Sabi. That one about everything. That one more thought about Sabi and say, what? Anything I do, I'll stay to the police station. I'm going to that.
You know what I mean? You know what I mean for your freedom to be seized?
Now you talking about civilization. Let me tell you something, my man. Even horse arrest, they tell you, my man, when we're growing up, say, how a parent look on you, say, go in the room, not come outside the whole day. You know what it meant
for me? When they told me in that room to ask me, my daughter was on the other side. I said in that other room, small room. Brother.
What, in Belgium?
In Belgium.
But the room clean, man. You see room here.
The room clean. Imagine the room clean, but you still feel that your freedom gone.
Yeah, all right. So Joyce has an anxiety. Yeah, you can factor that too. Hey, Harris, man, the boys in your court, we know what happened in Liberia. Let's take some calls from our people from back home. While you're preparing to take those calls, let me see if I get another. Let me picking me dancing here small. They getting me dancing for all small.
Number one, Usara Wakada number one. Say drinking water, Wakada. Wakada number one. Yup, yeah. Wakada number one.
Kiki, that's my blue boss. Kiki, that's my blue boss. Fale won baka bene, that's my blue boss. Fale won contre bene, that's my blue boss. Fale rescue mission bene, that's my blue boss.
For the one Liberia business that will be able to part anywhere. Let's take some calls from our people back home in Harris. Welcome to the show, buddy. How are you doing? The voice in your call, Harris. Unmute. Let me unmute you. Let me see you unmute here. Okay.
I'm doing great. I'm doing wonderful.
The voice in your call, Harris.
Let me
unmute you. Let me see you unmute here. Okay.
I'm doing great. I'm doing wonderful.
The voice in your call, Harris.
Let me unmute you. Let me see you unmute here. Okay. I'm doing great. I'm doing wonderful. Okay, let's go to the lines and take the calls tonight. 0778 665 699. 0778 665 699. 080561644. 080561644. And 0776-293-620. 0776-293-620 are the numbers. This person, a very first caller, you live, the name you called from where?
It's a pleasure for me to be on a Thursday evening presentation on this platform. Let me say good evening, good morning, what's the other part of the world, what's the south, or the Eduardo who's taking in control from the diaspora angle, and the rest of the force there. Let me say thanks to you guys. My name is Mohammed Nkane, member of the Bureau of Unity Party Angle, and I speak to you for Premier from Joseph Disney on Buja Avenue. In the first place, let me say thanks to Dr. Eduardo on this platform.
When we go to the issue, how so many calls coming through?
Yeah, I just want to appreciate the panelists and the government for them going as far as on this issue of the jobs aspect. Okay? Well, when last night, Harry, to be on a very good way. I listened to someone last night on one of our sisters' show last night. And then the person, he was in the government before in the Senate, he tried to make some allegations on the presidential, okay, on the part of the government that the government want to execute the former president and and the former Senator David Johnson, the way in which they responding really that's about education on in fact a cyber must pull for him.
Okay.
And I think the government need to call up there for cautionary.
Thank you. We'll leave you take more calls. 0778 665 699. 080561644. And 0776-293-620. This person, good evening. You need to be audible at all. I'm not really. Go ahead, you live.
Yeah, my brother. It's in the conference in there. I have to ask you. In the country here, you need to be clean up. Let us understand that we continue to be clean up our children tomorrow. Because you whosoever, let the Lord see you good. So no one who can be critiquing that my house in the all is wrong. It's actually for us. It's what the clean what you need. Then you have be thinking they want to do. Well, they were that's what they were. That's what we need to work. Or some of the good work. You're not there. But nothing like before the country was work. Up to today, I also want to go there for yesterday. It's taking it like this. It's very slow. It's taking trouble and wondering who for the work. Then you don't take that up, man.
Okay, thank you. Leave you 0778-665-699, 080561644, 0776-293-620. This person, good evening. Thanks for joining us.
Good evening.
Let's hear you. It's good to have you.
Thank you so much for you to all my coach. family in a slow, who second far for the Liberian people. They call people there. Today, thank God to help us out. I need to expose something. Why help us said that this case was coming of the open and every radio station of carry of the club one that television of carry with somebody loud where there's some council or what the order of the nation what else is said the country. The church my laugh for in my family. Nobody else supposed to all the president. But people feel that the poor men will go to jail, the rich person will not go to jail. And thank God so when Martin calling for everything. Martin enjoying the first time, Martin calling to one of your brothers shows lie. We put a lot of maintenance on parents show them money. Martin calling for everything, we know you have fast. So on the dragon come up in the fast. Don't be doing that thing, Martin calling there. So the following minister today. You are ashamed, but because I know it's too good. The man of my name you must be the thing. If you know you get fat, you get things. Take what the American government and get through on the drug and fighting the drug. Nobody, they first history now for. Second history coming for. Third history for. That's why you say I'm going to go protest. I'm going to go protest somebody, taking drug money. Take what the other they cannot do all the things they are. Now I want you to pay. I trust money. Yeah, you get one more. Yeah, we have to let pay for the job worker. We find a job to put it around the corner. Then we want to criticize.
Okay, thank you. We have to leave you 077-866-5699, 080-561-644, 077-629-3620. This person, good evening. Hello?
Yeah, good evening.
Let's hear you.
The name Rene Thomas Edward, according to Johnson, the thread and this in the Colorado County. Yeah, let me appreciate you, Harry, for you to sit on a platform to be with our call to receive it for 2 hours, 3 hours. And let me appreciate the panel on the show for your great work they are doing for the nation. Yeah, I'm not here, but really doing work for the nation, especially our people, Walu, or whatsoever, to continue to hold this particular program throughout the time from Monday to Friday. I appreciate you a lot. And let me say, His Excellency President Joseph Imampuaga for a great job he is doing for the nation and the John Security for whatsoever they are doing for the nation. You know, sometimes while hearing other brother and on the other side, especially on the other side saying the weak one, I think we knew it's not surprising to us. You know, when you're calling our current official then, there was no weak one. When they start taking their own, they will come up with a lot of things. And you know, one day I was saying, I think something is about to happen way more than what is going on now. For me, what I'm seeing, because if it's having to happen, at the end of the day, they will come up with wisdom. And one thing I know about the government, whosoever hand that is in the open job, everybody will face it. You will go through persecution. If you lead inside that water, you will lead and you will go to jail. And I want to ask the lawyer, the counselor on the show, the way our former president, she went to hospital, she's not feeling well. If she go back home, they will be able to go after to be able to face the justice, and they will be able to honor them. Sometimes we can be a more hour. Brother will be carrying on la story. Okay. Don't want the fact. Just from here asking the question.
Just keep listening. The council will address your concern. This person from line 2, you live the name you called from where?
My name is Ben Avi.
Go ahead, Ben.
Yeah, I listened to the show, and what I want to say about the whole drug issue. This is a good idea that the government is coming out with. But what happened is that the whole drug issue, it shouldn't get it political style. Or it shouldn't get it for a certain group of people. Okay? The police agents may also understand that they are being mean for the government. So why they say that they're being mean that even by the current government? Why they say that they not bring it out? You know what I mean?
Okay.
That's the issue I have with the government. It's being mean that the police agents
Thank you. We'll have to leave you. This person is on. Good evening. Thanks for joining us.
Yeah, good evening.
You're live. Let's hear you.
Yeah, this woman, man, that are calling for Thursday Kingsley. Are you there?
Go ahead. You live.
Okay. Someone there on the show, someone there out of this plan, just the Kingsley. For sure, that's right. That's the fact. But I want to ask this question. There's a skill hanging in the hands of the justice that is there. What really does it simplify? Why the color is down and the color is up? What really does it mean?
Okay. Thank you. We'll leave you. This person from line 1. You
Good
live.
evening.
Good evening.
Hi.
Let's hear you, princess.
Good evening to the panelists. This is Princess calling from the Unity Party Intellectual Bureau. That brother that fall before the other may fall. The thing you're looking for behind Archie Bekokomo, you will not get it. You will not get Archie Bekokomo. Massive party people, they will cause Archie of bill hurt, they are the relationship. That has what do you matter party? Move behind our Archie. Move behind Bekokomo. Move behind Bekokomo. Who that call? You say you want a baby needs that. The baby need coming out. So what is you say Archie Bekokomo? They play for Archie Bekokomo. So when I see what they are coming out, that move behind us. That move behind you know the public people the grace and all the things. That move behind us. Thank you.
Thank you. We'll leave you. Take more calls. 0778 665 699. 080561644. 0776 293 620. This person, good evening.
Thank you very much. Good evening, my brother.
It's good to have you.
Thank you very much. Brother, I'm Spencer Mohammed, and I call from down post from your White House community, and I'm concerned like for justice. Brother, thank you for always making it a business to come and give us up to date about what is happening in our country. Time and look at brothers and look at ourselves. So what kind of country do we need? Or what kind of country are we advocating for? Liberia is a country of law. And every office that is there in Liberia, it is guarded by COR. Firstly, what was meted against the former past president in my mind, it was a complete, in my mind, it was an attempt meted against the life of the former past president. Because as a sitting past president, what we witnessed was just talking at the time when it was alleged that before in the murder of Carlo Michel, first when they declared a person of interest, she was invited to the police station, represented by the lawyers, and before she went home, gradually before they indicted her as the person thinking. But that's what we saw against the past president. That was not what we saw against the president. In my mind, what was meant against the past president was a complete assassination attempt against her. And we want to tell President Bagay, when you notice that the life of the former president now squared in your head, and she lied in the hospital, struggling with life. You hold her accountable. Anything that happens to you about her, the world will be accountable, and you will get your answer for that. Thank you very much.
Thank you. We'll leave you to 2 more calls. Then we call in night 0778 665 699 080 644 0776 293 620. This person, believe me, thanks for joining us.
Yeah, here's the background from Congo Dam Paru. Who threatened the state? If you want to come and arrest anybody, if you threaten to get our children and go to school, we want peace, yes. That your war, your prayer, your yes. Listen, you fast, we're not happy again. No more. Nobody want war yet. That your war, your prayer, can't do a crazy coming up. You're coming to go, you're coming to anywhere. You're not. You will not do nothing yet. You go on the street, and let me tell you, comment. You call me, you not impose call yet. Anybody count the street, they can't disturb the peace. And just start to fear for better yara. President Baraj is listening, your please tell him, they fear for better yara. All right, thank you. Anyway, CDC. Yes, they now have it
Thank you, Hilton. We'll leave you and take our last call of this person. Is from line 2. Okay, you slipped up. I hope you call back very shortly. 0778-665-699. And this will be our very last caller for tonight. This person, good evening. Let's hear you.
Good evening. I'm Pete Johnson, calling for Tonight Johnson.
Downso, you live. Go ahead.
Okay. I want to say first thank you. I want to say so much thank you, and just to give you thank you for the good work. For people to see the school. No crying here, there's nothing happening. They cannot beat you for you again, they're crying again. Even do all that one. Tomorrow you go to tomorrow, result tomorrow, report will be survival will say, the judge will say Parker song will be arrested, or Parker close to to be arrested. That's what they want. But when we talk about it's just people here is that the judge is down. I know the men are not guilty here, but he resolved because of the state of business. It's not case to people. It's not be in government, but they want to see Parker or Parker song. Let's put girls here. They do work. The American buses stand at today to clarify that yes, all they are well all acting the already. Just because they go to America, because they FBI they follow the investigators. So the whole thing is that we don't have government and the government get no stuff because we work on America. They will getting money to pay for themselves.
Thank you. Thank you. I have to leave you, V. Donso, our very last caller for tonight on the show from this end.
Thank you so much, and thank you for doing that. Let's listen a little bit before we take calls from here. Let's listen to the former vice president.
What is your view about this drugs that is being bought in Liberia? Particularly this $19 million drugs.
My point in this whole issue is that drugs are destroying our country. That's the truth. Drugs are destroying our families. Drugs are destroying our children. What the issue is that drugs, and we have to always look inside. What has happened has already happened. What do I do as a mother? I have to make sure that my community isn't selling drugs. I have to make sure that the small shops that are around my community aren't selling drugs to my grandchildren. I have to make sure where they go, who they interact with. And you know, my grandson is just turning 17, and he went out the other day, all saying he was going anywhere. So by the time I asked him, "Where's Charlie?" They said, "Oh, Charlie went to the store." So when he came back, I called him. I said, "Charlie, what's up?" He said, "So I just went to the store." I said, "Okay, you went to the store. Didn't you think it was important to tell me you were going to the store?" I said, "If something had happened to you, and the police would have come to ask me as a mother, where did Charlie go?" What was I going to say? I didn't know, or I didn't think about it like that. Parents have to be a little bit more conscious about everything to protect the children, because until they become adults, they are children on our control. We must ensure that they are okay.
Madam Joy Howard to the...
Good afternoon. Fellow appearance, members of the press, ladies and gentlemen. The government of Liberia, through the Ministry of Justice, wants to inform the public that former Vice President Joel Howard Taylor has been formally charged in connection with the from departing Liberia at Roberts International Airport and subsequently taken to the headquarters of the Liberian National Police.
I think that's good.
So after the former vice president told all that plenty thing then, they bring our charges down for your phone number. Let me hear from you. Let's hear what you got to say. That's part of the story. Thank you, Gina. That's also part of the story, but you know, nobody going on fly yet. You will go to the temple and just answer some questions. Let's take some calls from you guys from across the globe. You can also use that number to call on WhatsApp. Let's take our first caller here tonight. Caller, you're live.
Hello?
Hi, you're live.
Okay, this is Anikanaka speaking.
Banakanaka, you're welcome.
Yes, brother. You know, I listen to people talking about Joel Howard. Joel is not important than nobody in the country.
Tell me about it.
Joel was first lady, she was senator, she was vice president. Everything that she should have done as a mother, she did not do it. And I listened to her when the journalists were interviewing her concerning the drug, talking about her grandchild. Your grandchild is not important. You have brought drugs into the country. Now the prison compound when our how they call this lady?
The former Chief Justice?
Yes.
Uh-huh.
When they took her during her regime,
Yeah.
she never had nothing to say. That lady went in that prison compound. They did not fix it, yes. They did not fix that case. But during her turn today, then she got asthma and she was on stretcher. Joel, you will save the way. You will go to jail. We will continue to pray to God. That country will be drugs free. Yeah.
Amen.
Don't think that because you're in our place you will run away. You will not run away. You will remain there from there. You go into prison. That's all I have to say.
Thank you so much, man. People starting to make me happy. Don't feel sorry for anybody who harm our republic. Caller, you're live and name where you calling from. Hello, caller.
Hello, this is Deborah.
Hey, Deborah. How you doing, mama?
Calling from New Jersey. I don't know why I call you. Don't pick up and really explain this to me. I really want to be a part.
Okay, Deborah, I will call you today.
Yeah, so I hope you got my number there. But I just want to get an intro on the whole thing. Today, I talked to somebody from Liberia, and then the person said that, oh, the woman have built her character in the past year, and that. And I said, yeah, you're speaking like a real Liberian. He said, why you say that? I said, because that's what we do. We even judge the case before the case can even start. This is our culture. We always say we want the country to be fixed. Oh, we want the country to be fixed. Okay, now we have seen what we have never seen before. Now you're saying the contrary. So what are you trying to say? You said they are big names. So what are the big names? Say you know some of the big names. Why can't you go call it? Oh, Greg Como and the president's son. And that's the ex-vice president name that they call. Is she not a big name? So what are the big names you're looking for? And I see people running around saying that when they took the vice president to the hospital, why they deny that people, representatives, senators to see her. Who does that? This woman is in police custody. Her pressure went up. They carry her in ambulance to the hospital. And then everybody going to go there to go see her.
Tell me about it.
Everybody got to go there to go see her. And then when the police stop there, and then they say, oh, the police were not right. This is not right. And that. They all want to come to America, but they don't want to go by the system at all. And in this place, the system don't matter. So that's about it.
Thank you.
People feel anything I really want to feel. Let's see how far the investigation will go. Let us all pray as Nigeria and see how far our country is going. Thank you. Please.
Thank you, Deb. Thank you. I will call you. I'll tell you. I will call you. Caller, you're live. Your name and where you calling from.
Hey, Dwalu, this is Bokai calling you from Iowa.
You're welcome, sir.
Yeah, Dwalu, the question I want to ask the opposition is this. Do they really want big names or setting big names?
Setting big name.
Because I'm getting confused. You said all big names are heading. We want big names. And then a big name was arrested. All of a sudden, you said, no, it's not a big name. So you want to hear the president's son name or the president himself?
Yeah.
That's the big name you want to hear? I mean, then which means you will never get that name because they are not connected to such behavior. Now, I just want to say something here. Liberia will never be the same again.
Never.
No matter what the people do, Liberia will never be the same again.
Ever.
We will never turn our country over to CDC. Look, if United Party will do everything to maintain this power, let it do it. Because going back to CDC means we will destroy the fabric of everything.
My brother, don't even tell that thing. It can't happen.
Let me just say one thing before I leave the line. When you people were leaving power, all the line ministries, they looted it down to rugs. They took all the rugs, took curtains down. Even the cars, they looted those cars on GSA, scraped the paint off,
took the engines off. Now, do they have a means that one day we're going to return to power, or they come to power again after the living power, they're going to loot everything?
Thank you. Seba, now your phone there. Thank God all of you got in the but people want Seba room. Seba, you will matter what you don't think I'm forget. Follow your life and even where you got it from. Follow your life.
Oh yeah. I don't want to repeat what this person who is speaking now is talking about.
Mm-hmm.
But Liberia have been calling Liberia a cult. We have a cult of impunity in Liberia, and for long, no bishop has ever been arrested in Liberia. All the bishops, when they commit all the corruption and stealing, the other five just fire them and let them take all their stolen wealth with them.
Yeah.
And then punishment. Finally, the old man had waken up. The sleeping Joe is not sleeping anymore.
I think it needs fire or
to do the work he was hired to do, and everybody that said, no, this is not a person we wanted to arrest. How do you decide who should be arrested and who shouldn't be arrested?
I don't see them say, Mama, do that thing. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Mama. Thank you so much. Caller, you're live and where you calling from?
Hello, Mr. Johanna. This is Jackie from Minnesota.
Oh, Jackie, welcome.
Yes. I'm so happy today in my spirit. We've been praying for this day and more to come. Every woman in our country that want free jobs in our country is probably people tell me. Let a woman go to jail. I want you to know that pretend I'm not pretending. She pretending.
Yeah, the way cold water on her, Mama.
Yeah, when she got the car in her jail, well, don't be there. You also have World War. People die. Your one son died. You still put it in drop. Woman that died without this. See, that example that I'm pointing there for. And you will do it. I think what they for that party. I pray for long life. I do it live long. In Jesus' name.
Amen. Amen.
Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you. Caller, you're live and where you calling from?
Hello?
Yeah, you're live.
Yeah, hello, Mr. Duano.
Hey, Brother Brunel. Yeah.
Yeah, my area is, I know, and especially I want us to, if we want to change the country, we need to change all direction. These people that are thrown on the street acting rude, violent. So the only people that are getting the leadership in our country where people can recognize the people that are violent.
Yeah.
In this country where we are, or other places down in America or Eastern October America. But while with us, when someone is acting violent, rude, and we bring that person to power, even if you hire them, you don't think you're telling them that for the ruler, that's why you hire them?
Yes.
They will do worse than that.
Thank you.
So we want to discourage these young people, our people, anyone who is violent and what, even they can let the last body be last and there's no job for their life. We have to discourage them because when they get there, that's why most of our people is signing to it. He's trying to do that.
Yeah.
He said that's so. That's why he went to point that. Then he multiplied ruler to violence. So we need to work on this. We don't want no brute force to be in power anymore.
Ever again. Responsible men and women. Yeah.
In this country, you risk, you 10 years or you behave rude. They put a record. You pass 10 years, you can get joy anywhere.
What's that?
Okay.
My brother. Thank you. Thank you. I really love a lot of women call tonight. How are you? Welcome, Mama.
Yeah. How are you doing, bro?
Okay.
Yeah.
Don't be listening to that thing behind you. How are you? Talk.
Hello, brother. Come to my everybody. Hello. Hello?
Yeah, you're live, Mama.
Yeah. So I just want to tell the government thank you. Let me tell you today, from yesterday, I've been following whatever that has been happening in Liberia. I saw defeat in the great When Kemenya went to the hospital and he came outside, the press people were asking him, he couldn't say a word.
Of course.
The people see their own shadow.
Yeah.
They know it's getting closer. And all the noise are going on, it's all distraction.
Yeah.
And one thing I would say, I hope Martin Collins should not get himself caught up in the whole thing. Because it just kind of puzzling to me that for every time when an investigation comes up with a big situation, then they attack Gregory. I'm not putting my hair on chopping board for Gregory Coleman. But it's just strange that you keep on talking about this thing that make no sense. According to him this morning on OKFM, he said he's willing to go to Liberia, but President Baka just needs to secure his safety. Ready? Okay, come. Nobody killing anybody. Martin Collins, Liberia is for everybody. If you say the truth, according to him, he called Gregory, and Gregory admitted that the car, he never got the car through the budget payment. According to Martin Collins, this is the word coming from Martin Collins' own mouth. Even what his name, the Jackson mayor or okay was really asking, you say you called Gregory, he said yes. He repeated and said that. So for me, with all our international actors in place, I do not mind if they can ask the international people call Martin wherever he is, they have the ability to do that. So he can show the proof he's talking about, because it's almost like they're accusing everybody in the investigation, people cheating people doing this. So you go and sit in front of the people and tell them who they're shooting. We all want to know who they're hiding behind.
Thank you. Spill the beans. Thank you so much, Awa. Thank you.
Thank you, Eduardo.
Thank you. I had this caller. The person must have called like 50 times. They could not really get through. They were very unfortunate. I want to see if I can call them back. They've been calling a gazillion times. This first person was Siafa. Let me see if Siafa picks up. He tried to call, but he couldn't go through. And there was another call as well. Hello, caller. You couldn't go through. I decided to stage you the courtesy. Hello. Hi.
Oh, I was just calling to thank everybody on the panel over there. And there's one message. My name is CNN CFA. There's one message I want to give out. Liberia needs more rice. We need our roads to be built. So we hope Dela Yara will open so the investigation can go deeper and deeper. So everybody that will be involved will be taken over there to grow the economy of Liberia. That's my say. Thank you, everyone.
That one, I approve it 3,000%. The final caller for the night, before we go home here. Hello, caller. Hello, caller. Yeah, you tried to call in a million times. You couldn't go through. I decided to return the call. This is Dwalu on the Class Reloaded. Oh, the 1,200 deportees? Yes, the Liberian government, I think the information minister explained it here. The Liberian government is in a program. There are over 30 countries that are partaking in this with the American. They are coming to Liberia temporarily to be transferred to their home countries. Some of them may decide to stay, but this is exclusively funded by the American government.
So what if they decide to stay? We were just complaining about how dirty the prison compound is. Are they going to take these same people into the...
No, these people are not prisoners. These are like immigration type of people. They are not criminals. They are immigration type of people. According to what we know so far, they will go in regular apartments. This will be funded by...
They shoot them to move around?
Yes, they are normal people. They are regular people. They're not going to jails.
Oh, wow.
Okay, so it's a temporary holding. Like I said, 30 countries are involved in this, helping the Americans because there are a lot of deportations happening in this country. But thank you so much for calling. All right, bye. Yep, it was great calling tonight, guys. Thank you so much. And everybody else out there, thank you for hanging around and for continuing to elevate the issue of Liberia. Me, I love that the prison conversation has begun. Maybe perhaps we're going to fix the prison. I've never been to any prison in Liberia, anywhere else globally, no matter. But what I see in Liberia, it is not a place for human being to be living. Hopefully, we can improve the prison systems across Liberia. I know somebody posted and said we need a lot more schools and hospitals and our prisons. I get it. I understand that. I believe the preference should go towards schools and hospitals. But we cannot also forget about the prison system because human being going in, human being coming out. My brother AB, your party statement for the night.
Dwaro, the issue of the prison. Can you imagine the sub? No, let me just leave that topic for another day. Let me just forget about it for another day because sub is the part. Anyway, thank you.
My man, you hesitating too much. Let Baba Chima reawaken you real quick.
It's a situation that we do not want to exfoliate. We don't.
People English. Go ahead.
Well, it was a good show. Let me tell our viewers and our followers, thank you for coming, even though everyone is at liberty for you to be able to post and send a message, your comment, and whether good or bad, we welcome it in a good faith. But Eduardo, I just wanted to reassure for me to be able to tell Gregory that that he has the backing of me. That he have the backing of me every day, every time that I come here. I will reassure the 11 people that Gregory, the job that Gregory is doing, he's not just doing it for himself. Gregory is doing this job for the interest of our children, for the interest of our youth. Gregory is not doing this job for he and his family. I know many days, many nights, it is difficult for Gregory to go to sleep. But I get it. Other people will not say it that way. Other people will come, take on a blue up to malign this young man character. But they feel that they can be able to dent his character as well. But nevertheless, Gregory is like a surface. So I understand him, and this is just to give him a kudos. This is just to encourage him, to tell him let him keep on fighting. You know, when you are fighting, there will be a lot of bullets that will be coming from the side. But so far though this bullet does not hit you, it is not important. Like I say in my opening, my friend and brother Martin will understand. He will try to divert his ammo and his ammunition to a different person rather than Gregory Coleman, because this young man have done nothing but fighting the cartel, and will understand that people who fight these guys, and they will always want to fight back. So much ado, let me thank the president for job well done. And Doro, let me thank you too for the job that you are continuing to do, living, taking off your family time for you to be able to sit on this show, for you to be able to disseminate the information that you come with. Many of us in the diaspora would not love to do this. But because of your love for country, you and Big Brother Ambrose, because of the love of country, you guys decided for you guys to be able to say, look, let us be able to go there. Let us be able to participate on our show so that our voice will be heard. Thank you.
Thank you.
See you.
Thank you so much. Let me go through this very quickly. It's a press release from the Yellow Machine Distribution. Before consider man close from us. Press release for immediate release to August 20th, 2026. The Special Presidential Project Coordinating Committee has reported major strides in its national recruitment exercise for operators and ongoing deployment of yellow machine across Liberia's 15 counties, a flagship initiative designed to transform rural infrastructure and enhance nationwide connectivity. Executive Coordinator Honorable Brani N.J. Samuka Jr. confirmed that recruitment has been successfully completed in 12 of the 15 counties. The remaining counties, Nima, Lofa, Bong, I'm so sorry, I just said it. Bong will undergo testing, evaluation, and interview beginning next week, immediately after the August 24, 2026 holiday. Nima County, Saniquity, August 25th to 27, blah, blah, blah. Recruitment is contract-based with operator engaged on two category, dry season 7 months, 100% flat payment, rainy season 5 months. So the rollout of yellow machine has begun, reinforcing Liberia's capacity for road construction, rehabilitation, and maintenance. Grand Jita 12 machines received 3 penny. River G 10 machines received 5 penny. Maryland County 9 machines received 6 penny. Grand Bassa County 11 machines received 19 penny. In the incoming weeks, the following counties will each receive 15 machines: Bon, Wapuru, Grand Cape Mount, Sano, Grand Crew, River G, and Magibi County. Meanwhile, Lofa, Nima, and Bon counties are scheduled to receive 30 machines each, while Moserata County will be the final recipient with 15 machines, completing the nationwide deployment. The whole press release is out there on our special presidential page. The yellow machines are continuing to be redistributed across the country. Let's open these roles, farm to market. And I love what my sister Siafa continuing to highlight. Let's open the prisons. Let this boy go make some farms for the Liberian people. Honorable man, your parting statement, sir.
You and the people who like to do hard labor business, you move from them.
Why won't be in prison for?
Look, let me say first let me say thanks to one of my big brothers, Christian Collins, who they sent me the spelling of the word exsufflicate.
Yeah, exsufflicate. That's the word.
Exsufflicate. That's the
but
word.
Listen, you see that the word there, but listen to how men pronounce
the word. How you pronounced it.
but listen,
it's a situation that we do not want to exsufflicate. We don't want
slough. So it's the SLUF, a sluffy.
Yeah, but it's exsufflicate.
Yeah.
But anyway, anyway, maybe that different word I'm talking about. Maybe that other one.
I'll look up all around.
But Dwalu, let me just say this. It's important for our people to understand this drug fight. Liberia is confronted with this fight from 2 different angles, 2 different dimensions. Liberia is fighting a domestic drug fight. The domestic drug fight, I think that so far President Barker has scored over 80%. The domestic drug fight was where our young brothers and sisters were in the streets turning to zombies, lying dead on the middle of the roads and in the graveyards. It was where Kush, Spark and Die, all these kinds of things were openly being sold and consumed. Even marijuana, openly, all the ghettos were everywhere.
Yeah.
And that carried a crime rate very high. That was the domestic drug fight. And you saw that from the inception of this government, the LDA went out full force, dismantling the ghettos, arresting the people who were engaged in domestic drug sale and possession and everything else. And today, we don't have zombies running the streets. At least the number of our brothers and sisters who used to sleep in the graveyard has reduced. The crime rate have reduced. And the number of rehabilitations have increased. That is the fight on the domestic front. And that is commendable. People normally confuse that also with the foreign fight of the drug cartel, which is the transnational drug trade. That is completely different. The cocaine and things that you hear about, they are not brought to Liberia for our children to smoke or to inhale or for our children to use. Liberia doesn't have that money to even people to start buying cocaine in that country.
Nope.
You think $300 million cocaine they brought it to Liberia, they can sell it in Liberia? I mean, everybody in that country will be crazy in 2 months, the whole country. That is not the international cartel people using Liberia to pass the drugs because Liberia's position is shorter to get to some other European and North American countries and other places. So they use Liberia to send their drugs outside the country. That is the transnational crime. That's a separate drug fight. So when people come and say, oh, they're arresting our small people who just selling the small drug, using the drug in the street, that's a different fight. It is different from this multi-million-dollar fight that the president now is also scoring very high in dismantling the cartel. But we must not lose sight of the fact that we still cannot turn our backs on the domestic drug fight so that they don't resurrect, so that people don't start bringing kush back into the country and marijuana spread all over the place and fancy doll, I mean, what they call all the tramadol and all those things. It is important for us to know the separation of those. Also, Dwalu, is that, you know, maybe Liberians, and I believe now that it's because this investigation is getting closer to people's doorsteps.
That's right.
It is shaking serious
That's
things
the noise.
happening.
Hence the noise. That's what bringing the
People
noise.
thought it was a joke.
Yeah. Nothing will
You know,
happen.
and if anybody thinks that when it comes to drugs, the United States government will waste their time
Yeah.
in sending agents from the FBI, the Drug Enforcement Agency of the United States of America, the DEA,
Yeah.
and the Homeland Security,
Yeah.
that will waste their time and send these people to
Money.
Liberia, so that these people here can sit down in the embassy and you'll be looking at Liberian people say, we here, but we're not coming to your office. You'll be doing your thing that we're here to watch. Then you must be joking. Then you must be joking. And so for people to come up and say that, oh, the charges the people are bringing against the people that frivolous charges and this and that, then you think that the American people are joking themselves because their own agents are here and they're trying to fool. I don't know who they're trying to fool by bringing frivolous charges against people so that they can say, yeah, the American agents too are bringing frivolous charges against people. Then people must be in a different world. Yeah. And I can assure everybody, Dwalu, trust me, that all that statement former president we are making and all the other people who are making. Look, let me tell you something. This is America. This is the United States of America. So long you are not a natural born American citizen.
Tell them they don't know.
Even our passport, that president, we are getting amazing citizen of the United States of America. They can withdraw your citizenship.
Of course.
They can revoke it. I'll say it today again. So long you are not a natural born American citizen, no matter what you can get that green book, they can revoke it. And to show the determination and the seriousness in fighting international drug trade, if they can send their people here to work with our people and start to do, and you want to thwart the investigation processes, and you think you can put people on the street, I can assure you, you will never see him in the front of that thing on the street.
See.
You will not even be on the front.
But the man went to lately.
The man is not crazy. The man knows. He knows what the American people can do. They're not crazy. Most of the people who got green cards, who got American citizenship, they're not crazy. They know that a human being who can think for themselves, sitting in Liberia, when people say get on the street, go marching, they be shouting, whoa, 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 behind people. That then they're talking about. That the people they're talking about. Those people who are there, who got their green cards and their citizenship, they know they are not crazy. They know that the American government can revoke it. And they know the extent to which the American government has gotten involved in this fight against drugs. So all that thing they will do, they will be the politics they will play. And that is the dangerous part. You play the politics, you incite the people, they get on the streets, they misbehave, the police deals with them, some of them get injured, some of them get arrested, then you sit down to your horse, or you sit down in Accra, in Ghana, because I play here right now.
But I play freedom ball.
Yeah, you go play freedom ball to Belawashi.
Yeah.
I play airplane. He own song to they say, yeah, the whole country must sit and clap when he came from World Cup. He reached the Liberia. He went to Accra. I play or playing.
And walk and uniform.
I seen football. I seen play or playing football. I play they can go that the second home they go play the football.
Yeah, Liberia.
You'll be sitting down there. They will make people to get up, get on the street.
Yeah.
But I sit down to close Dualu. I want to urge the joint security. And then one not the national police, the joint security. That as this fight is on, because the cartel, I can tell you the cartel got money more than Liberia.
Way more.
Every drug cartel got money more than any other country. Even the cartel, the police get money more than America.
Oh, okay.
And they can buy anybody. They can buy unrest. They can topple your government. We should not take anything lying down. If anybody, no matter your status, even if they don't have evidence on this drug trade, or you are part of this cartel, but your action leads to undermining the investigation, I believe the law enforcement must deal with you. Because there will be people that will be paid. People will collect money to send all kind of information out there to just disrupt your investigation, because it's getting closer to people's doorsteps.
The Americans are watching them, by the way. They won't be
aware. Watch people. Oh yeah, American part of diplomatic thing. They didn't get time. They'll get possession on you. They'll get revoke your passport, revoke their citizenship, and you will say that. And the people are not crazy. They know.
They know.
They're not crazy.
They got the tools.
But are the people who out there, the Liberian people who out there who can't think for themselves? You already struggling to find food to eat. You already struggling to find school fee. You already struggling to find way to move about in Monrovia town. But people say that you get on the street and think that because of the party bin, you're coming to die. That today, CDC people love Joy Howard Taylor. That today, when she was sitting as your vice president, why didn't you show her that love? That today, when the MPP is breaking away from the coalition, that today you know Joy Howard Taylor. Why the NPP people, why the chairman of the NPP who knows better, and I must commend that he knows better, why he get on put the NPP people in the street? That CDC? Because people get believe that it's coming closer to their doorsteps, and they believe that they can disrupt this investigation by having some civil unrest in the country. It will not happen. And I can show people that the Joe Bugger that I know and I see, he's not going to talk anything. You might even calling them and telling them anybody who try nonsense, they should meet the full force of the law. You saw the prison compound today. The front of the prison compound was clear. Just say, Moriel said the corporation brought sweeper to sweep the place in a row.
But they're beginning with that jogging.
I'm talking about the police station. I'm talking about the police station. I said the prison compound.
The prison compound. Yeah, I saw the video.
You know what was there? The military people parked some of the
the vehicle in there.
Oh, they parked there, so nobody go there because people thought that she was going to go to court today.
Oh, okay. They want to court now.
And she was going to be sent to the prison. So they went there, they position. So that when she go there, they will see who will come follow behind her there and go there. And let me just say this to us, lawyers, politicians, everybody else. When a suspect is being interrogated, the suspect has a right to your lawyers. But when there's a medical crisis and you go to hospital, you don't have a right. People can see, even in emergency, you run somebody to the hospital, you the husband, even that your child. Certain place you read the doctors will say stay outside, you can't enter a place. People should stop making it to feel that it is their right.
Yeah, they're being barred.
It is your right to enter a police station. It is your right to enter the hospital room. It is your right to do this. It is not your right.
It's not your right.
It is not your right. You don't know the medical condition of the person. And if the doctor said nobody can enter this room, nobody can enter the room. The person is right now an accused person under the law. So the security will not give everybody access. So
it is not political.
And so let me agree with Marvin Cole for the first time in my life. Let me agree with you that because they say you may not enter the hospital, you say you're going for your mattress to sleep outside. Sleep outside. I agree with you. Sleep right on the main road. Take your mattress and sleep. That one I agree with you for the first time in my life. Let my people go.
Yeah.
You won't go bring everybody for your family, wherever, everybody, let them sleep outside. But you're not entering that compound. And people should stop thinking that it is their entitlement. That because you're a lawmaker, somebody is either arrested or something. You see them bashing into the police station. I seen thing my brother at Kara's great day yesterday. The police had to drive him, push him out.
And even your lawyer not allowed in the hospital room for men.
They're not going to interrogate you there. They're not carrying you there to do interrogation. That medical reason they went there. The lawyer represents you at every stage. That is when you are being interrogated or you are being going to court. It's in the prison. When they put in the prison, compound lawyer can go there to go visit you. Unless your lawyer has to seek permission from the court to go and ask you questions for you to prepare your defense. So you gotta get special time to do that. So the lawyer don't have just access just like that.
Yeah, it doesn't work. Access.
Why we want to make Liberia to believe that there are big people and big men, big women in the place? So lawmaker go to throwing the weight around. The person go and throwing the weight around. Let us
everybody go in there.
Liberia is the only country I've seen every day will cry for change, but we don't want to change. When I change coming to effect, I say, yeah, let's change it. But once it coming to me, I say, no, they change not correct.
Come to me. Yeah.
Why are we doing so? Why are we doing so? You understand? So let's see. And you put your words to Ajan and say, and let me agree also with Musa Belete today. He said a long statement, which I agree with. Mostly that we cannot politicize this thing. We all, Musa said, we all call for independent investigation. Now, it can't be coming to our doorstep opposition, then we start crying. No. Let's just pray. Let's just say that the person must be entitled to the freedom, to the rights, must get adequate lawyers, they must do this and do that. That's what responsible people should do.
So Musa said, I too agree with him if that's what he said.
And I agree with him. Yeah. He says that we cannot be the ones now. We said we were beating on the security. Now the security says the evidence leads to somebody because it comes to a former vice president, then we the opposition because it's on our side, then we want to turn against it. We can't do that. And I agree with him. You can't do that.
Yeah.
Just ensure that her rights are not violated.
That's it.
And as far as I've seen, nobody has violated her rights. Not at all. None of her rights have been violated. And she was given the courtesy of a former vice president, even during the arrest. When they stopped her from going, they allowed her to sit in her car, or they told her that this is an arrest, you got to follow us in the convoy to the police station. She insisted no, she wanted to go home. They said no. That was all. But when people come and arrest you, how many people come and arrest you? In which country they say go sit down in your own car? Your own driver drive you.
Your own convoy.
Do this one. Where have we seen that? So they gave her all the courtesy, yet people come and say they abuse the woman's right. Who abused her right?
Well, consider now that you said that before you run away, let's play a few minutes of her when she was talking back to the police before the arrest actually took place.
The arrest, they told them the police station.
One got guns pointed at me.
They come in the car, have an EPA go straight to the police station. But the minute people in the court, one of my agents are
going to no police station.
So the man said, I agree, I'm going. I'm going for a party of my heart to put my sugar down. He met one twice said no, they want to argue. So she finds she want to get outside the so I said no, don't get outside the and we thought anywhere told you yeah. But we
take the picture of that thing, let me post it.
Video, man. No, we're not in for you, but I'm quite a cigar far. We in the car. We in the car with her now. No, the police want to care now. So I thought 112, so that'll be the call in the convo. I want to know, we're not para nothing. The other I ride with her.
Are the EPS people?
Yeah, he said we'll go straight to Central.
I'm going to my house first and wait for my lawyer. I'm not going to the police station without lawyer.
So I told her what to say, she went to drive a suitcase.
All right, Councilor Man, conclude, yeah.
You can't.
She was granted that courtesy.
And she's a lawyer herself.
She's a lawyer, yeah.
You knows the rules. Do that. So all you needed to do, even if you needed to go and wait for your lawyer, look, they'll give you that courtesy. Talk to the arresting officer. Can we pass through my house? I've already called my lawyer. Let me just put my suitcase down or whatever. But you can't resist. And that is why in the law, it says when you go to arrest somebody, the first thing you must do, restrain that person.
Restrain them.
That means you must anchor them and stop them. Because when they're free, they can do all kind of things. You can't do that. But they didn't do anything they allowed, but they only insisted that because maybe the order was bring her to the police headquarters.
Correct.
You don't know why the police insisted at that time that she should not leave. You don't know. Suppose the police information are leaked and she had left the country and she didn't come back. She said she's not coming back. What you do? The same way all our friends were talking, all the names, all the other people that ran away from the country.
Yeah.
Then she comes back. What would do? You understand? So we need to give the law enforcement the work to do what they got to do. Yeah, the driver that EPS man, he said we're not part of it because you know the bosses are coming to you. They say we're not part of it. They say you follow the police, what the police says. But she was giving that courtesy. She was giving that courtesy to Alu, and everybody needs to understand. Look, being invited to the police station, and if you were, she got one of the best. She got some of the best lawyers in the country right now representing her.
For the best lawyer in the country.
Yes. And if they look at what is before them, if they reach to court, even that pre-trial examination, they will go there. If the government can lay the basis for why they arrested her, the court will clear it out. Yeah. But if the government thing is solid and sound, they know it. So I hear today somebody say, "Oh, her lawyer said they went to the hospital and they refused for them to see her." The hospital, Papa. Yeah, you can go there because your client is there. But if they tell you say for medical reason you can't see the client, you just make sure that she all right, protected, she's safe, and that is it. But you can't insist that you want to see your client in the hospital. Even when your client's in jail, you can't insist that you want to see the client in jail because they are not being interrogated. So, Balu, that's just what I want to close with. Okay. And we should know, all right? It is only for our country, and we all should support this. And anybody who the hammer comes to, when the law reaches to you, you got to face it. That is where I want to leave it. But we should also know that we can mix the two drug fights. They are completely different.
Completely different. And one thing you did say that I agree with, the domestic fight is maybe north of 80% won so far. And the DA has done a pretty great job. Even the previous director did a pretty good job.
I saw it before the elections. Yeah. Why you think people were getting on the street that said they don't want drugs anymore? You saw before the election, people standing on the road, they get going somewhere away. The next time they get started bending over. I don't know how that thing can make people crazy like that. You understand?
Space the balance.
So we don't see those kinds of things. Then people think that it is not a fight. That was saving our young people. We must appreciate our law enforcement, the DEA, for saving plenty of people like that. That kind of thing not in Liberia anymore.
And the rehabs are popping up everywhere.
You hardly see an open ghetto that we used to see it before, 3-4 years ago. Open ghetto, people get smoking.
Every community had one.
Everywhere they had it. You hardly see it today. If you see it, they are hiding seriously. Those old man and the people who will be selling the opium and all the kind of kush there, all the place community people know them. They hardly, in fact, the Liberian people were showing all of them those kind of places and they were breaking them down.
Yeah.
Why we can't be appreciative? That is a fight. Now that the white people who making money, all of us, and trying to use our country to send it to different countries, that is the second fight we are fighting. But we want to damage, rubbish the whole thing. I said to say nothing has been done in the country. Then people say them get in the street because they're not fighting for drugs. They're not fighting drugs. Who got in the street during that time? All right. So, man, we'll just continue to say it, and we'll continue to stand with our country.
Yeah.
And hope that, and we all know that we are on the right track. I think that President Bouaga has done something unprecedented. Many people didn't expect these kind of things to happen.
Yeah.
That people will be arrested, people will be going to court, corruption cases will be coming up. So now it's a different Liberia, and we must all support that Liberia because that's the Liberia we want. So that impunity in our country can be wiped away. And everybody should know that you will be answerable to anything you do.
And that's
if it is good, you will answer to the Liberian people and they will clap for you. If it is bad, you will answer to the Liberian people and they will punish you. Thank you, Dualu, and I wish you.
Thank you so much. And the call we made during the Arsenal trial at the legislature about televising this thing, especially the drug trial, will go a long way. I know somebody said, "Oh yeah, Costa said the same thing." That's great. This is something we should all be calling for. I, for one, want these drug cases to be televised. Let the Liberian people see some of the evidence being presented in these cases. Nobody's being accused falsely. But I began the conversation today with a reminder. Look, you can be in opposition. You can criticize the government, but you cannot threaten the Republic of Liberia. You cannot threaten chaos in Liberia. You cannot threaten instability against our people because we are past that stage. This is extremely careless, extremely dangerous for you to think that because you're angry, you can just say anything in the country because you're angry. This is not how our law works. Some of the things we people do in the country, if they arrest somebody in the country, nobody is being arrested fraudulently. Nobody's being arrested for political reason. Everything is being submitted. There are evidence being presented to the Liberian people as to why a person is being charged with a crime. But Ajua Howard Taylor, yes, she was a prominent person. Well, she is a prominent person in the Liberian ballot politics. That doesn't mean she's above the law. If she commits a crime, she has to answer to the people. Even if this leads to President Weah's doorstep, I have no doubt that it will lead there because he was literally the champion. If you have to think about how President Weah got a private jet that he said his friends gave it to him, I want for anybody to tell me who just got friend will give you private jet for literally 6 years, so you'll be riding around free of charge. He said he wanted to boost his morale with these private jets. There was no monetary in the country. This guy came in the country in the middle, around 2019, 2020, when they poured themselves into our country and to set up shop, entrench themselves to bring drugs into the country. Nobody's being targeted. This is what all want. We want the drugs removed from Liberia. Yes, today it may not be you who, it may not be affecting your family personally, but there are thousands of cases across the country that this thing was destroying. It was destroying a lot of people all around Liberia. We need to stop this. And one thing I love about President Boakai, nothing moves this puppy besides doing the right thing. Let me talk again. Nothing, no noise, no brouhaha, no threat of chaos, nothing of any kind moves the puppy. As long as it's not in the interest of Liberia, he doesn't care about it. But if it's in the interest of Liberia, you can cry blood. You can tell yourself, you try to say in real poto, you try to say in Douala poto. The Pape don't care. The Pape will do what is right for Liberia because he made a promise to this country. That he promised the Liberian people that he's going to fix this country. And he said he's going to fix the country. Drug must be removed, but most importantly, we have to remove impunity from this country. One of the greatest threats to Liberia over the last 180 years has been impunity, has been the push for corruption. Tuaru, a big man, Tuaru gets some connection. Tuaru is part of an organization. Tuaru works in government. Who knows you? Tuaru can literally rip a 5-year-old in the middle of Broad Street, and Tuaru walks. And we all know this in Liberia. I can murder somebody in Liberia before, and I will walk without any fear. I can rip somebody's daughter. I can do whatever in the country because I have connection. I walk scot-free. We got to stop this. But no society grows that way. If we don't have the centerpiece of our society being the rule of law, we cannot develop. So in order to discourage men from behaving in certain fashion, that man must understand that whatever he does, he will have to answer for his actions. It doesn't matter how he feels about it. It doesn't matter whether he belongs to a mosque. It doesn't matter whether he belongs to a church or whether he's an atheist. He must answer for his crime. It doesn't matter if he belongs to a tribe, he's a Loma man, or he's a Bani man, or he's a Bassa man. When they touch him, they say, oh, they touch the Bassa people. We have to go beyond that. Just because you prosecute a down man, it doesn't mean you're prosecuting all down people. We got to gravitate beyond that. So we need to stop these petty things that brought the country behind. And one thing I love about the president, he does not pay attention to that. What he pays attention to is what is right, what is legal, and what's going to move the country forward. This is how we should develop our society. We should think of ourselves as Liberian citizens first, that we are all accountable to this society. We cannot do anything in Liberia that's going to harm the greater portion of our society. And we say, amen, that only men want to see before you lead man. They may get big or, big or people when they go to South Beach, it can be fun for them because they play 210. You'll squeeze his big gut in that jailhouse. And if it calls for a big God to turn to 6-pack, let it turn to 6-pack in that place. If you don't like it, he will not commit the crime. And one thing that gives me great joy now, Liberian people are beginning to understand this, and I'm so happy Do not ever feel sorry for criminals. I don't care if that criminal is Jesus Christ himself. You do not feel sorry for criminal. Whenever you feel sorry for a criminal, what you're saying is that your children's life, your wives' lives, your relatives' lives are less than the crimes they're committing. You're diminishing the survivability, the safety, the everything about your family. You are making it small because you promote a criminal. Because that criminal, he may not be harming you today, but his actions are eventually going to catch up to you and it's going to harm you. In order to protect the future of your children, the future of your family, the future of our community, and by extension, the future of our country, we cannot put one individual above our collective well-being. Liberia is bigger than any one individual. Liberia will be here long after we are gone. And in order to preserve this unity, to preserve our sovereignty, to make sure we bequeath this nation in a better position to our children than we inherited it, we have to do right by Liberia and we have to enforce the law without fear or favor. We cannot feel sorry for anybody who commits a crime in Liberia. I don't care who it is, even if it is my own father, a man that I literally worship. I don't care who he is. If he commits a crime, he must pay for those crimes. We'll bring his favorite food to the jail. Say, Daddy, listen, I brought some food for you. The wife cooked something. I brought it for you. They eat it. They eat the food in jail. Liberia got to be bigger than us. Liberia got to develop. When the Singaporeans developed, they enforced the law. When the South Koreans developed, they enforced the law. When Hong Kong was pushing for development, when the Chinese were very adamant about their development, they were aggressive about law enforcement. We have to go over this hump. Over this hump. If we make our way over the hump, jobs will spread across Liberia. Decent quality roads, proper infrastructure will spread across Liberia. Dignity, light, clean drinking water. Yes, because we enforce the laws. I wrote a paper a long time ago, maybe almost 15 years ago. You can Google the paper. It said Liberia has but one problem. It's a lack of law enforcement. I personally believe if we aggressively enforce the law, almost everything else will take care of itself. Literally, everything else will take care of itself. Think about it. If we aggressively enforce the law, even when you go get a passport, it will take care of itself. Because it meant to give me 10 hours for the passport. The first thing they will arrest him, carry him to the cohort, and make sure he gets convicted. Once he gets convicted, he's a felon now. He cannot work in any government ministry again. The next person I see when you go for your passport, or you give your passport, where you pay your money to the government, you pass. If you go register your car, and the man won't bra, you go, you report that man, they can't slam his face into a concrete right on Broad Street. They chunk it in the back of a squad car, in our case, in the back of a pickup truck, take him to the court. If he gets convicted, he does 6 months in jail. The next person will not do it. Guess what? The passport division is going to be fixed. This is how every society develops. We enforce the law, we survive. We refuse to enforce the law, we will become a third world country for the next 1,000 years. Let me tell you something. Some people got to die for Liberia to live. Maybe somebody else, like, yeah, they want to say. Some people got to die for Liberia to live. And I have no qualms, no hesitation of making sure those people die so Mama Liberia can live. Because now for your 1 billion, 6 million people will suffer. We are sick and tired of our women dying in childbirth. We are sick and tired that if a woman has 6 children, only 2 survive. These are crimes committed by government officials who took the resources that are meant for those clinics in Riverside County. Somebody actually took them. They committed murder against the Republic. These people are beasts. They are witches. We should have no mercy for them. Do not have mercy for criminals in Liberia. These people belong nowhere but busting rock on Nima Highway so we can fix our roads. They deserve nothing. They deserve to die in hard labor. Put them in the quarry. Let them bust rock for all our roads across Liberia. Give them a sledgehammer. That's how it was done everywhere globally. Let's discourage it. Let's turn their big God into stem pack. That means Opa talking. Once again, man, Liberia must develop in our lifetime. That's my only dream I want to see before I die. I want to see Liberia develop. And anybody who stands in the way of that, You're an enemy to me. Once again, man, God willing, see you guys tomorrow. Have a great day.
Yeah, liberate developing. This is the Class Reloaded, the #1 online show that brings the truth. Showcasing J&B and JKK progress all across the country.
The Class Reloaded, we are online every day. Showcasing progress, Liberian way.
Well,
JMB and JKK, they're making the way. The Class Reloaded, we're shining today.
from Morovia City to the other counties, development talk shake the country. We talk the truth, we don't lie. The rescue mission making people smile. Roads getting better, schools better, electricity stable, no more hoping. We see the change, we see the light. Unity party doing things right. Who talk the facts?
The Class Reloaded.
Who bring the vibe?
The Class Reloaded.
Support development.
The Class Reloaded.
Who better arise again?
Oh yes we can.
Who talk the facts?
The Class Reloaded.
Who bring the vibe?
The Class Reloaded.
Support development.
The Class Reloaded.
Who better arise again?
Oh yes we can. The Class Reloaded, we are online every day.
Every day.
Showcasing progress, the Liberian way.
Well, JMB and JKK, they're making the way. The Class Reloaded, we shining today. Turn up the sound, let the people dance. Liberia progress, we get the chance.